I don't know, man. I mean, going through the RTMP server, did you notice this when you stream? Like, when you hit stream, it's like, I'm not streaming anything. It just sets it
Yeah, it fails. Yeah.
Yeah, it fails and then it retries.
Oh, shit.
There.
What's up, beautiful people? We are live getting ready for another Linux Gamecast Weekly. We just finished an epic pre-free Super Chosen. Thanks for everyone who was joining us in Discord, where we talked about memory foam.
Memory foam, man.
That's the thing.
You gotta cherish the memories.
Oh,
Thanks
yeah.
for the memories.
Tanks. There's a tank joke in there somewhere. What's going on? It's another lovely Saturday evening, or are we already into Sunday in Britannia yet? Night?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have been for 2.5 hours.
I don't know.
What-
We're
what
live
is it
on
in
Twitch,
Australia?
but not on YouTube.
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean, it's a lovely one in the afternoon in frickin' Sydney. So, or Canberra actually.
Mine says we're live on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stream. It's showing fine on Twitch, but not the tubes.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's
People
odd.
in chat will let us know.
That's not a problem. It could be YouTube doing YouTube. You know that thing it does?
Yeah.
That quantum state where it doesn't work until you observe it?
YouTube no worky. Yeah.
YouTube no worky. All right,
Fine, deal with it, YouTube.
I mean, I can go and poke on the thing if you want.
I'm doing it right now, baby. I am genuinely just cutting it on, and it says it's waiting on us.
Mm-hmm. Twitch is working, by the way. Let's
Interesting.
Linux logs error.log. Nothing happening. Handshake
Twitch
digest not
be working.
Handshake digest not found. Client on the YouTube side, so that would explain that.
Okay. And now it says you're live. The internet can totally see
Now
you
we're live. Now we're live on the tubes as well.
All right.
Okay. Did
I'll
you do anything?
No, I literally just logged into the server to check what the log said.
Okay, I genuinely just went to the live page and stared at it.
Yeah, now it's showing up. I don't know.
True story, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, I'll keep a terminal open just in case something continues to look up. I have a tail running on the logs, so.
Oh, nice. All right. So, in case you missed all that, YouTube was being YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
We did absolutely nothing, and it fixed itself.
We're geniuses.
And Jordan's going to talk a lot about Die Hard tonight, because he just
It's-
watched like 19 hours of it.
It's German for the hard.
Something about shooting glass. Yeah, YouTube's going to YouTube, man. You get what we pay for, right?
All right.
Right. Yay! We're back. Hey, anyone just tuning in? We are doing the pre-super... Well, no, regular
No,
pre-show.
Yeah, pre-super show.
I don't know, man. You all look the same to me. Nakatomi Plaza? That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hans Gruber.
That was kind of funny, man. Bruce Willis was like, it's not a Christmas movie. And the internet was like, allow me to retort.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. It's a Christmas movie, period. It takes place at Christmas. It's about our Lord and Savior, John McClane, killing Germans like the good Lord intended.
Ramen.
German terrorists who are actually robbers.
Ah, yes. Back in the day when you could call a white criminal a terrorist.
Yep.
Do I have... All right, let's check shots. Shots. Might want to change that. Maybe I don't. Go. 2-3 shot. Remember, when we start the show, no one tweet.
Yeah, you gotta toot on Mastodon, man.
Toot.
Cool kids do.
Okay. Mastodon is still a thing. It was very close to not being a thing. Way close.
Well, I mean, I figured as much as I logged in on Thursday to do the announcement tweet for the stream, and I'm like, okay, well, that's still up. Seems like that was resolved.
That was about it, man. Civic, you know him, you love him, is in charge of Mastodon because he's like, hey, we need a Mastodon. And it's like, I'll do it if I don't have to do anything. Well, I've had to do too many things. And it got resolved, basically. I just kind of made a thing where it's bypassing a thing. So no one has to worry about, I mean, all 18 people. How many people are on our instance?
I don't know.
No idea.
I barely use the damn thing myself, so.
Yep.
I just, I log into it every day because there's usually like 16 posts of Strider bitching about something, and I always want to catch up on that.
Strider Linux update of the week.
But that's the thing.
I don't know. I got a lot of naughty anime in the federated timeline.
Yeah,
What the hell's up with that?
dude, I spent like 2 days like filter. It's Renault. It's all this weeb shit.
I'm curious now. I need to look at this for research purposes.
That's what Strider does, man.
Yeah, fucking. Oh yeah, no, that's fucking straight up hentai bots. All right, cool.
Yeah. we have lost Jordan to Mastodon.
No, you haven't. I just wanted to see what that was about. I'm like, is Mir just going nuts or?
Nah.
No, it's just a bunch of fucking porno accounts. All right, they can't stay on Tumblr anymore, so they go to Mastodon.
Yeah.
Actually, Pornhub straight up's like, yo, man, you bring all your porn over here.
I don't know. Reddit's kind of turned into spot the Tumblr in the comments. That's the new insult when somebody says something a little too touchy-feely. It's like, oh, we got another one. So is Reddit, but I don't know how that works, even though I have an 11-year badge now.
Yeah, no, I just changed the my Reddit bookmark to old.reddit.com. Says, oh, look, I sort of recognize that.
Are you kidding me, man? I use Reddit Enhancement Suite. Cannot deal with whatever that thing is that is the Reddit.
I just use Relay.
Well, yeah. But I'm out and about, but if I'm here and I'm supposed to be doing something for the show and I need to completely dick off, yeah, I gotta get my Reddit in.
Mm-hmm. Got any fun new subreddits you discovered?
Couple. One of my new ones that I enjoy is Popes with Bazookas.
Popes with Bazookas. Oh, what's this? Bad Men's Anatomy? Okay, interesting. Popes with Bazookas. Yeah, that's some popes with some rocket launchers. All right.
Yep. That needs to be one of our games. One Friday with trivia. Is it real subreddit or bullshit subreddit?
I mean, this is popes in bazookas, but
I mean, it's done in the spirit and in a theme.
Some of those shoops are pretty bad.
they are. They're pretty awful. And it's not like empty style shoops where like that's kind of the point. But yeah,
You know, come on. I mean, it's in the spirit. I really don't think we're getting the best talent with
popes with bazookas.
Yeah.
I think popes with bazookas deserves better though. I do.
This is the really the main reason to ever read Reddit comments is because sometimes people will drop shit like this. I'm like, that can't. Whoop, that's real. All right.
Yep.
Add.
Quantum Flux at the moment. I wonder if a sub is a thing. It become a thing.
Schrodinger subreddit? gotta collapse that waveform, man.
Gotta collapse them all. Or are you still playing that $80 Pokemon game?
No, I finished that in a week.
Wow.
Not even like honestly, it's at the point where I can burn through a Pokemon game in about 4 days. And that's like a hard Pokemon game. Like the what do you call it? The last gen actually had some like fucky AI that cheats, so it made things interesting.
I'm trying to finish a game that won't end.
Oh, dude. So I went and watched the completionist video on Arkham City, and yeah, there's like a fucking shit ton of content in there.
Dude,
that was they basically took the they took the or rather Arkham Origins is what you're playing, or Arkham City?
Arkham City.
Okay, the second Batman game. All right, cool, yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing that. You're playing as Batman. Then it's like, hey, you're done with the Batman thing. Now you play as Catwoman. I'm like, okay, I play as Catwoman. I actually like playing with Catwoman better. I think the character's rigged better. And then I'm like, I finished that. And it's like, fuck you, motherfucker. Now you're playing as Robin.
Foxy, working really well, actually. It's very nice.
And what I'm trying to convey, this is going to become what I open with the show, is like, we're not talking about side mission shit either. This is mainline story. I don't do the side mission shit.
And yes, Truggy, I have Virgin. Fiber to the premises for the win.
Yeah, but it's got a cock ring on it.
Well, it's the usual BS. It's 200 down, of like 220, and 12 up. 12 up. That's what it can do.
Well, you gotta look at like some of the ridiculous, like I know in Canada you can get 600 down, 15 up.
There's some places in Toronto where you can get DOCSIS 3 gigabit.
They don't have 3.1 gigabit. They're doing it over 3.
Or DOCSIS 3.1, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do it over 3. It would just saturate the fucking node.
Yeah. They're in downtown. There's a local company called Beanfield, and they struck a deal with a bunch of new buildings where they just all get wired up with fiber. So
Okay.
but those are like the fucking 8,000 to 10,000 a month rent units.
Yeah.
Because they're all fucking downtown. So I gotta find a new place to live actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like tomorrow?
No, like in the coming year.
Oh.
Yeah, roommates move in with their partner, and yeah.
That happens.
It does. I mean, it's been a good run. We've been living together for like 6 years.
It's been that long?
Yeah.
Wow. Huh. I guess it has. Ooh, I bet single bedrooms are fucking expensive in Toronto.
I actually want to, like, if I'm living by myself, I want a 2-bedroom because I want an office.
That's what a coffee shop is.
I don't know, man. Have you seen some of those Toronto coffee shops? In proto LGC, I was living with my folks still.
Yeah, downstairs in the basement with Wi-Fi.
Yep. Because they wouldn't let me drill holes through the walls, so.
186.15. See, that's not as ridiculous. Like mine's ridiculous at 530. That's a bit asymmetrical.
I believe that's the definition of asymmetrical. That number is vastly different from the other number, so
it's really cute looking at it on the graph when I'm doing the speed test, and you can't
it's
even. It doesn't even register for the upload. It like the line. It's like what?
Yep.
Yep.
Ah,
yeah, man. Didn't even put a ring on it.
if you like it, then you should put a ring on it. All the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single Linux Gamecasts, which I guess is just me. So,
yeah, you see, you got like dick five. See, if you have a fiber FTTP, fiber to the premises, and it's not symmetrical, they're just being dicks.
yeah.
That's it. There's no reason.
Yeah, no. 218, 1249 over here.
Yeah, asymmetric fibers. Just jeez.
I think I'd straight up refuse it on principle. It's like, fuck you. Go VDSL or VDSL to my ass.
No, everyone. This is what's considered fiber in Australia.
I mean,
Well, 50 megs. That's what I was getting with the fibe internet, which was like fiber to the node.
No, that's 50 megabits.
it's like 6 megabytes per second.
Yeah.
Australia chiming in part 2, 4617. Yep.
That's very similar, yeah.
Telstra gonna give it to you.
Didn't Australia have a thing where they're like
Tanzania
the previous
coming in at 11.
I mean, Tanzania has to, although all those Ethernet frames have to dodge the fiber baboons and the LTE lions and the
And I'm guessing that SpiceNet Tanzania server isn't all up to snuff.
Oh, you can just get out of here with that nonsense. I was too poor to get a 28. I had to get a 14.4. I eventually got a 56. Do you remember when there was competing standards for 56? There was like US Robotics and another company. Neither of my co-hosts are old enough to remember this, but
I don't even remember what the ISP was for the 56K modem that showed up at my parents' place at the time.
what do we have? We have Mir with asymmetrical in the wrong direction. That seems like some broken shit Mir would have. And Frostclaw coming in. 1 down, 2 up. Not bad. Somehow watching the show.
I mean, you could do a 720p stream with nothing else at 2 megabits.
Hey man, that was my first modem. My mom had a acoustic coupler, and yeah, Foxy, Australia's been rolling out the national broadband network for how many decades now?
Right, no, that's what I was saying. Like, the previous government was going to roll out fiber, and then the new one took over. They're like, nah, man, copper. I mean, they're in the process of trying to ban math too. So,
yes, Scott, I remember when you had like 20 down, 900 up.
Yep.
It was adorable. I would pay for that service.
I know you would. You'd be like, yo, Scott, can I mail you some flash drives with some stuff I need uploaded?
Shit, you not, man. It's like $20. Yeah, I'm good with that. Whatever. I mean, I've never been in a rush to download something. Came up with dial-up, man.
Yeah, when you can have terabyte sized micro SD cards, I think IP over carrier pigeon is faster now.
This is true.
The bandwidth's great. The latency's a bitch, but you know.
Yeah.
The what do you get over Wi-Fi? Mine, I think all my devices, and I think it's just the device is 100. I get like 103 megabits.
It depends on the device. The XPS I have for work can do the full 200. The X240 can only do, it's 100 and something, yeah.
I mean, do you have a wireless AC thingy? Access point. That's the word I was looking for.
Yes.
Yeah. I think everything but my phone now is on AC, which is annoying.
Hey man, 5G, get shit done.
That laughs in Canadian.
Well, I'm just talking about like 5G Wi-Fi, and one of the good things is like in my house, the only access points are mine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like if I want to get the neighbors, I might be able to go out on the back deck and like aim in that direction and get a bar.
I mean, I installed all of that aluminum siding for a reason, so.
Frostclaw something university Wi-Fi.
University Wi-Fi, shit, man. We had good uni Wi-Fi, not even Wi-Fi. We didn't have Wi-Fi; it didn't exist. But broadband. I mean, it was like almost a full megabit.
Well, they at my college they taught us the pros of tunneling your traffic because most non-encrypted traffic would get throttled, but the college had like 3 gigabit service. So if you learned how to SSH tunnel to one of the public-facing servers that the students had access to, then you could get some decent download speeds. Pretty nice.
I remember the good old days when like filters didn't work with HTTPS. It's like, oh, that website's blocked. Hang on, which was a pain in the ass. But it made me it made me learn how to set up a HTTPS proxy with a self-signed cert.
Basically having to tell the browser, no, that's how it's supposed to be. Shh, go away.
4418. That's fine. Optus. Brisbane.
Space Brisbane.
Brisbane.
Go Space Broncos. Broncos. I have bronchitis.
Bronchitis. Got the itis of the bronchi. Just one.
The Broncos.
Yeah, no, we used to just plug in our laptops to the switch that was on the little cafe in university, because they had the switch on the wall with the ports facing down, so it's like there, no more proxy, no more nothing, direct internet access.
It wasn't even set up, man. I mean, if you plugged it, we had Ethernet. They went and put the they were there when I got there, but we just had to figure out what the damn name server was.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't available, but yeah, it was available. It worked just fine. Completely unpoliced. Good times. 250, 24. 24 is good. All right. I think I'm going to go.
I can't even remember the speed of my internet at the other place. It was like 20 something down and 7 or 8 up.
Well, you need well. God, that is sad. I mean, 7 or 8 up is serviceable.
Yeah, it's well, it was certainly much better than when I first moved to the UK, where I could get 5 down and 1 up. It's like I could browse the internet in theory.
5 down. That's enough to watch YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was also faster to download all the videos I wanted to watch at work and then watch them at home in 1080p.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I've noticed I hate it because YouTube goes through phases with 4K video downloader. And I say this as a person having to download their own fucking content, YouTube. Because it's the only way to get the, 720p 60 version that I stream to it. No, there's a download button, but best we can do is 30. Like, why does that even exist? You made that.
This was your fault. Your fault.
It's your service, your platform, you're in control. What the hell?
I would like to do this before I die if I have the opportunity. Just like point at some random person and scream, "This was your fault," and then die.
This is why, man, I'm telling you, give me that gigabit. I'm just going to start uploading, like live streaming at like, I don't know, 300 megabits out of spite. Like, what you got now?
And both Google and Twitch just flip you the thing in stereo.
Twitch would probably kick it. YouTube would probably fucking try to take it. Just out of like, whatevs.
Get the lube, I can take it.
That's what
I
we
run
need.
on
We
Alphabet
need,
servers.
ADD DSL.
Attention deficit disorder.
Squirrel. So, something.
Squirrel line, yes.
I've told this story before, but I've had to deal with a production outage caused by a squirrel chewing through like a fucking fiber cable.
I know, right?
And it fucking found its way into the data center and just like, yo man, those cables look delicious.
No, there was a squirrel. I've heard this story from work. Apparently, like a couple of months before I came here, there was a squirrel that chewed through one of the power lines and was shot to the window, almost broke the window, and the power went out for the whole building.
Did he do it again?
Oh no, that squirrel did. It did.
That would have been an office mascot, man. If
it like chewed, and Nathan was saying it's like, oh yeah, no, there was like a flash outside the window, and it was just like a crispy squirrel body just hit the glass. To thunk.
Listen, that would have been me showing up at a taxidermist saying, "Listen, hear me out." All right, we'll do a bye break. Let's get into a show. It's 10:05.
No, I mean, you mentioned that. I'm like, do they have Dead Badger Linux shirts? Can I buy one of those? Voodoo Linux or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I would wear one of those in public. Try and chat up hotties. Be like, hey, what's up? Get maced. Well, see, I wanted the Hell Elks t-shirt. Maybe,
Yeah, we gotta
next
pay
time.
royalties for that bit of artwork.
I mean, that's the thing though. We could like commission a new one,
Yeah.
and then we just own the rights to it. or like a LGC squirrel shirt. There's a picture of a squirrel on it.
Yeah, I too kind of want a Strider with the guns t-shirt.
Oh, absolutely. Like, and then like we all go to Strider's house wearing that shirt.
Lewd.
LEWD. Hey, we got gifts.
Apparently only some people got it.
Yeah, I updated Discord. I guess you're on Canary though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, deal with it. Whatever.
That was a very nonplussed unicorn.
Dude, you don't even know. That unicorn's got, like, stories.
Unicorn's seen some shit.
It always comes back to me for the Robot Chicken sketch where the unicorn's like, rub my horn to make magical unicorn mayonnaise. Oh, yeah, keep rubbing it slowly, yeah. Okay. I did it, Scott.
Come down on your input a little bit, Jordan. You're clipping. Just a hair
All right.
when you get, like, super high.
Okay, well, I'm down now.
All right. I will adjust the trim on this end. No, Giphy. Then some stuff after. All right, fine.
Okay, that's what happens when you type in Giphy and some stuff after it.
I got stuff and things.
I don't know, Pedro. How many marshmallows can you shove into your mouth? Hot Shots. That was a funny movie.
Aha! A one-share t-shirt.
I approve of this.
Mm-hmm.
Merge.
Well, you know what? I don't think we can do a podcast anymore. We're just gonna be fucking spamming gifs on the Discord. Oh shit, Scott! I like that. Sharing is caring. We should put that on a t-shirt. Or LGC Christmas cards. Sharing is caring, and it's like Macho Man Randy Savage like smacking Jesus with a chair.
Hey man, I mean, listen, I won the bet. You told me 6 years ago I couldn't eventually make a shirt with just a chair on it that people would buy.
Someone posted like a library of Macho Man Randy Savage gifs, and I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be so useful.
All right, let's go screw it around. Wait, hang on. Let's cut the screwing around to 11. All right.
That's what screwing around is. Not the cat. The cat's pretty good though. It's gonna give someone a seizure.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's better love story than Hypnobucy. My God.
Okay.
Now return to Battle Seizure Robots.
Also a true story.
There used to be that website that had, do you have epilepsy? It was just blinking.
Let's do it. Don't go to sleep, tablet. I haven't wired up the punish button yet, Jordan.
I'm excited by the prospect of punish button. I love punishment.
Yeah, man. Think about plus 60 dB, just laser focused into one output. It's gonna be brilliant.
Yeah.
All right. And welcome back to another Linux Gamecast Weekly, the show that covers the latest Linux gaming news, reviews, how-tos, and most importantly, whatever the hell else we come up with. The latest version of Proton sounds amazing, and I promise that's going to make sense later, kids. And we're going to be talking about Epic's Steam competitor and the fact that it's live, but most importantly, why it's bad news for us, Linux gamers.
Bearded Giant introduces the Linux First initiative. Laughs in Epic, and Valve continues to fuck with us, as they do.
There's another sale inbound, one which I will most certainly not care about missing, and Artifact is still a thing, and some people still play it, I guess.
I'm surprised you're not addicted to that game.
Dude, I had a weird ass dream the other night where I went into a shop and bought $1,000 worth of magic cards. I've had a similar dream with cigarettes. I don't know what that's about.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're new here, I'm Vince Stone. That it was Jordan Sveg and the non-addicted, non-artifact playing monster to our far right. And that is one picture of Mateus. Together with you at home. Live. Look, it even says pre-showsing. You're hanging out, helping us form that last little bit. We known, is that cromulent? We known as...
It's a perfectly cromulent word.
It is. It's a thing. It's kind of brilliant. Before we get started, we do like to see what's going on in each other's life organs. So I experienced the goddamn Batman in Arkham Origins. Runs swimmingly with Proton, but I got a gang of Batman, giggity, in a bundle when they were on sale. So I have 3 of them. I have all of them except for the one that Farrell cock teased us with. And so I'm back playing, what was it? Arkham City. This game doesn't end. It doesn't. I've in the past week, I put 11 hours into it, and I'm like, yes, I'm done. The game's like, fuck you, no, you're not. Now you're playing as Robin. I'm like, God, I don't have time, game. I think this might be the first game I've ever tapped out. Not because I'm disinterested. It's I don't have time for this. Jordan, what's up with you, baby?
I mean, I've mentioned in the pre-super shows, and I went to a Die-Hard Christmas party where we commented on the fact that Ven Stone has an ass like a Die Hard 2 villain.
But when you originally said that, I was like, wait a minute, because when somebody says Die Hard, I'm like, what was it? That was a metal ass party like that, or was it a Die Hard?
Well, I mean, technically, 4 of the people there were in a metal band, so that does count.
And Bruce Willis is screaming, no!
Gruber!
It's not Christmas, well, yet.
Yet. Hey, man, what's Christmas up to in Britannia?
Right, so I have no idea because in about 8 hours I'm going to be on a plane to Portugal.
Don't you know when you'll be back again?
Oh, I'll be back in about 2 weeks-ish. A little under 2 weeks. I'm coming back on the Friday the 28th, I think.
Well, what if they don't let you in Portugal? What if they turn you away at the airport? Yeah. They're like, no.
I will be very happy. I really don't want to go.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Wait, hang on.
All right.
Hard mode. They let Nori in.
That would be kind of a dick move, but I still don't want to go.
I was going to say they deport your ass to Spain. Just for yucks.
Something we should deport to Spain, but we're not because we kind of love it. The dead, rotting corpse of the horse.
I don't think the Spanish Customs and Border Patrol Agency would allow us to ship a dead horse. I know in Canada it's illegal to drag it down Yonge Street on a Wednesday. It's the Steam Linux Update of the Week.
It never gets old.
Oh, yeah, so the sad. is coming, and it's apparently, according to the Steam database on Twitter, it's going to start next week on the 20th. Coincidentally, that's the day I'm supposedly going down to see my parents. So, yeah, I'm totally going to miss this one or I might catch the tail end of that. But I really have nothing on my wish list that I must have.
Hey, man, apparently it's like farting out mystery cards already.
They already do. They've been doing that for a while. It's just a week or so before the sale proper is supposed to start. They start dropping mystery cards, and then when the sale starts, it gets revealed that the card is, it's this card for this badge. And yeah, I guess that's the whole point of sales now, just so people can get more cards and more badges.
Okay, as someone currently a member of the EU, have you ran into any weirdness? Like, if you buy something in the UK, can you play it in Portugal and vice versa?
Yes. All of my library is the ones that were bought in Portugal are playable over here. So I guess I'll have a chance to try when I go there now and see, can I play this? Can I play this?
But wouldn't it be funny if the stuff you bought in the UK you can't play in Portugal anymore?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to try.
I think the weirdest one was, hey Pedro, here's a copy of Mighty Number 9.
Yes, which is region locked to the US, apparently.
Digital goods, man. Digital goods.
Had to VPN in to make that happen.
Yep.
I was like, what the actual hell? It really does seem like we just had a sale, though, didn't we?
Yeah,
well, we had the fall sale, I guess.
Yeah. A month ago?
Yeah.
I think that's where I bought the goddamn Batmans.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the Metal Gear Solids go on sale. I want to pick up Phantom Pain again because I bought it on PlayStation 4 and I gotta buy my. See, this is why I really like Steam, is because I can buy the game once and play it on whatever computer I want. I don't have to go wait for the RPCS3 guys to invent RPCS4.
Time will tell. So we got some Epic news, and it's not necessarily that good because some Epic Store games are pushing back or scrapping their Steam release. That's right. Basically, that's code for Epic's giving developers money to get exclusives on the now launched Epic Store. And initially, I was like, well, man, it's going to be a timed exclusive, or it's just going to be straight up exclusive. That's really not going to wait, these are from publishers and developers that have Linux. Fuck you, PC gamer.
Oh, it was really bad too. So I'm a big fan of Supergiant games. I was a big fan of Transistor. Pyre was a little too weird for me. I like Bastion though. But they have their new game out, Hades, and they exclusively develop using FNA. Thanks to Ethan for all that good stuff. But because it's on the Epic Store, I don't get to play it because, number one, I gotta buy a Windows copy of a game that they're not gonna give me a Linux version of forever, because we're gonna talk about that. The whole lack of open solutions on the Epic Store.
But Jordan, no, quit hating on Epic. They released earlier this week. They said other OSs will be supported, and
Android is totally Linux, you guys, right?
Straight up,
open platforms.
Straight up named every. I'm surprised they didn't. And Xenix. But man, no, they did not drop the L word in that announcement. They're like, we're not saying the L word.
It's funny too, because they're going out of their way to not mention Linux, which we've gone out of our way to bring up before.
Yeah, that 2019 roadmap, Control F, not. You're gonna get anything, but hey, Discord's not having this business, man. Yesterday, I believe it was, or day before, Discord's like, oh yeah, well because Epic's big push is we're gonna take less of a cut than Valve. And Discord's like, we're going to do it best. We're going to give a 90-10 split. And that was news. So come do the Discord thing. And to Discord's credit, I think it was yesterday, in one of the Reddit comments, one of the Discord developers, I went and checked the dude's post history. Yeah, dude's actually from Discord. He's like, yeah, we're 100% going to do Linux, but we got to make sure it works first.
That's fair.
I mean, and maybe just because Proton's open source, they're just going to start cribbing Proton and like, oh yeah, we support Linux gaming too. Well, I don't know. It's a thing that can happen.
And yeah, a lot of this seems to be people don't want Valve to take their 30%. They want more of the cut. And that's all very well and good. But as far as competition's concerned, yes, Valve and Steam need some competition, but that competition needs to happen on Linux for me to give a damn. And that's just not.
That's the thing. We are a captive market, right? Like there are a couple vendors who support us, but every time one of these new exciting stores happens, they're not stealing business from the Linux market. They don't want any of that. They just want that lucrative Fortnite money.
Yeah.
We get to see how this shakes out, man. It's Epic. I want to believe poster with Epic, but they've not done anything outside of like, well, we've made the source available for Unreal Engine 4, and they have included, we'll talk about that later. They are releasing some Linux-specific updates. We'll see. Whatever.
All right. So, how many lights are there? So, the new Counter-Strike Battle Royale Danger Zone thing came out a couple weeks ago, and lo and behold, people have been paying attention to what's been going on in the background. And in one of the maps, it is
it's the black site map.
Yeah, DZ black site. There's you've seen the meme. There's like the hotel room with 1, 2, and 3, and the 3 is on the ground for like the room numbers. And if you go into room number 2, you can actually get into room number 3, where there's a bunch of computers and they're beeping stuff, and it's a code. Someone because there are nerds on the internet who will crack every code ever. They determined that the message was, this was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. And all of a sudden it was like, Zom Portal 3, oh my god, it's happening. Ah! Of course, Valve steps in and is like, no man, this was just an Easter egg, it's a joke. And in a way, I kind of feel a little bad, just a hair of sympathy, because you can't put Easter eggs and stuff anymore without people losing their goddamn mind. Man, I wish I could dry my tears in their pile of money though.
Yeah. it's better to quit while you're ahead, right? And it's not like Artifact blew anyone's mind, but more on that later. So Valve is just saying, yeah, no, this is a thing we did. It was very popular. So we're mentioning it. We're just mentioning it. Calm your tits.
I don't know. The whole idea of there being other viable options for game stores goes away with Half-Life 3. Here it is.
Steam exclusive, only available on Macintosh.
Oh, dick move. But no, 100%. When I see stuff like this, it doesn't even register. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I mean, we probably all have like the red herring card from 2 years ago. Like, oh, this is a thing, and Valve's like, psych. And I'm like, quit being bored and doing stupid shit like this. Anyway, Proton. We got a new update. And along with this new update, 3.16 beta-5, we got 28 new games added. And, just going through the notes, kind of looking at it, we got some audio stuff, and it does seem like they're starting to get some of that .NET stuff sorted out, which I'm like, all right, that'd be fun. Because I actually ran into this issue with the goddamn Batman, because it would not install with, because I think it defaults to Windows 10?
7, I think.
Or 7?
7, yeah. That's the wide default.
It couldn't get .NET installed with the game, so I had to change the prefix to Windows XP, install .NET, then change it back to Windows 10. Then it works. So yeah, they need to get that sorted out. But audio stuff, man, what's up with that? Flibit's been to work.
Yeah, as you know, Flibit was consumed by the Proton project. They're paying his bills now. And yeah, he was working on an F audio replication to better integrate into FNA, but they decided to actually integrate that into Proton proper. So those changes have now been upstreamed. So your Fallouts and other games that are using F audio should have better sound, or at least like better like 5.1 and 7.1. Rather than just plain old stereo, if that is your jam. They also have another little note in here that kind of made my skin crawl. Where they're just like, better support for embedded Chromium-based web browsers. Games and launchers that contain an embedded web browser may work better. Electron through wine, man. That just makes me itch.
To be fair, the whole of the Steam client is a Chromium embedded framework thing, so it's basically already Electron.
You got to give Steam credit though; they actually managed to make Chromium run like ass.
Yes, they did.
I mean, that takes some work.
And with the 3.16.5 beta, I just like, oh, okay, it's a new beta, so I'll go try Fallout 4 and see if the audio weirdness still happens. And I noticed that it had become very freezy. But earlier today, it's like, wait a second. There was an issue similar to this when the 3.7-4 or -5 came out, and basically all you had to do was delete the Proton folders and let Steam re-download them. So I did that, and no more freezing on Fallout 4. So kudos.
So Ben, what were the 28 new games?
If you go to linuxgamecast.com/steam-whitelist.
Yes,
you too.
Castlevania Lords of Darkness was the major one that I saw.
Yeah, to answer your question more directly, really nothing we'd give a fuck about.
Fair enough. Yeah. That was more it. Is there anything spicy? No.
Artifact. Let's keep talking about that for reasons.
How much does it cost?
Well, it costs apparently, going by the numbers, doing a bit of a refresh because it keeps changing. So, going by the numbers, it currently costs $191.69 giggity for on average to get one of every hero, and 3 of every other card. So basically, it's Artifact, so you need to have 1 hero per lane so you can spawn or you can cast spells of that color. And if you want to have all the heroes and 3, which is the max that you can have per deck per card, you need to pay in and around $200. And,
I mean, that's not bad. So I frequent a game store, and not last week I saw someone drop like $300 on Magic cards. So. And like that they bought like a box of booster packs, so that's just like the chance of getting some competitive cards. So like when I see like this is under $200, I'm like, you know what? That's not too bad. That's by trading card game standards, that's actually affordable.
Yeah, it's not bad at all by that standard. But we need to remember that this is a video game, and if you're okay with spending $20 or $220 on a video game, which I'm not, you can get all the cards. So yeah, I mean, it's a brand new game. No one really knows the meta. There isn't a meta, so to speak. So yeah, you may have a chance if you want to spend $220 on it.
I mean, the point of contention here would be like, how much does like a full set of Hearthstone cost? That would
people ran the math a while back. Whenever a new expansion comes out, you would need to spend around $60 in booster packs in Hearthstone to get all the cards.
But like for all the rares and like 3 enough to stuff your deck full of stuff.
Yes, you would get all the new cards for around $60.
All right, let's duck the holes and continue talking about something I give negative fucks about. Call to Arms 1.1.
Yeah, it's the new update for Artifact, and it comes with Death from Above, which is a whole new deck. A deck skeleton. Yeah, it's a blue deck skeleton, so you can basically work. If you have the cards, you can build that deck. You have the dark aggro, which is again another different deck with a focus on more aggressive creatures.
It's a black deck. If you've played Magic the Gathering, you understand what this means. If you don't, then go give Richard Garfield more of your money.
And of course, they also have random mode now, which is if you play with a Call to Arms decks, you have a new mode that you can play, and there's leaderboards because you needed that, I guess.
There's also like a couple short tournament modes for like impromptu stuff. because they host like regular hosted tournaments, but if you just want to get some people together, or if you just want to play against some people, they have a thing for setting up mini tournaments that last about 4 rounds or so. And the other thing that I thought was kind of interesting, maybe speaks to Valve sort of future-proofing their game, quote unquote, is there's an improved forever alone mode where you can go play against bots that have like increasingly powerful and versatile decks. Yeah, if you don't like people, or if in 5 years you decide, hey, I want to play some Artifact, and no one else is ever.
I was looking at this earlier this week because, hey, it's a story and I need to be informed, even about something that, okay, whatever, it's a card game for nerds. I remember mentioning, what was it, last week or week before? Is that this is competing against Hearthstone, which is priced to sell it free.
Mm-hmm.
And Artifact launched. Everyone, had their regasms because, hey, new game from Valve, we got to try it. They gave them $20. And it was pretty strong, man. I mean, it was like 60,000 concurrent players.
Mm-hmm.
It was rocking. I went and checked that a couple of days ago. It's down to about 8,000 or 9,000.
Yeah. And to be fair, it's a niche market to start with. And tying a card game to Dota in particular doesn't really help. That and most people who stopped playing, like those 60,000, those I don't know, 51,000 that went away, they just wanted to see. It's like, oh, it's a new Valve game. Let's see what that's about. And now they're off to do another new thing that came out.
Right on.
Yeah.
Let's go into speed.
Speedrunners. Yeah, they have a holiday update for Electric Light Orchestra. Well, I don't know what ELO stands for, but they have a new season where you can join some tournaments. If you ever want to realize how bad you are at this game, go join the Christmas tournament. If you win, you can get a jingle tinsel trail for your runner, and you can get entry into another tournament with people who are even better than the people you beat. So.
Listen, I love the game. I think we all universally enjoy this game. And
yes.
I got to give them some shit. They have YouTuber Pack 1 and YouTuber Pack 2 for DLC. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Listen, man. Don't what?
Oh,
Markiplier,
that's even worse.
Jesse Cox.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I thought it was like content to enhance your YouTube streams. Fuck me, no. Okay. It's actual YouTubers.
Yeah.
It's even worse.
Right. All right. But I mean that's the thing. If you're into competitive speedrunning, which is a thing, you can. This might be something you want to check out. It's available. It's a fun game. Otherwise, you should still check it out. Anyways.
Yeah. You want to talk about games that have a dedicated fan base? There's like 200 or 300 concurrent people on this game at any point, but that's the only game that they play. Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was getting like hot shit like the week we reviewed the game, where I was really putting some time into it. Then I ran into a rando online. Like I was going through the levels. I was not fucking up and hitting things, and this dude was having to just straight up wait on my decrepit ass. He felt so bad for me. He would stop and win. I was like, that's more insulting than you just beating, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Stop.
just take the win, man.
That game was surprisingly good. This one, surprisingly disappointed, but they're still at it. Distance 1.1, the Nexus update. Hey, this is supposed to be like a big thing for them, and I'm like, okay, maybe. They have a new mini campaign. It's out. You get some new stuff, so you're gonna get basically 6 new tracks and reindeer card decorations. Man, this is totally going to flip your opinion on Distance, the game that was in early access longer than early access existed.
It's about as old as this show. So
yes.
Pretty much.
The tracks look neat. I'm going to be 100% honest. I have no interest in the campaign because that wasn't a campaign. That was like some fucked up art piece with a car. That wasn't very good.
And they took the levels that you had been playing over the, however many years it was in beta or early access or alpha or whatever you want to call it, and they changed it around and everything was different. It's like, what are you doing? Thwarting my times? Well, are you? But no, it's the Christmas thing. They do this every year. They put some antlers and a little red glowing nose on your car. And it's like, hey, look, it's Distance. Neat.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Carcour. I don't know.
Yes.
I might try it out, but yeah, this is one of the problems with something being in development that long, and it goes for any game because expectations build up almost to a point to where you really couldn't deliver. Period.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Okay, so let's get into some new games.
Yes, Battle Royale Tycoon from Endless Loop Studios. This is their third Tycoon game, and it was just a matter of time before all the lampoons started coming in because everyone's on the Battle Royale. I mean that's my favorite theme park. There's booze and gunland. But yeah, the whole point of this game is like you set up Battle Royale maps, and then little AIs go and murder each other, and you collect your money, and you can set up drop points and shooting ranges and stuff, and. This talk about narrow appeal. Like this is a, number one, a joke game. Number two, if you're really into tycoon games, you might be able to find something redeemable about this. For all I know, this could actually be a very competently done tycoon game. I just don't care. But here, the real question is, can you do a better job of creating battle royale maps than Valve?
Yeah, no, they released one recently, so that cake's still hot.
I don't know. This is definitely falls in that category of, is this ridiculous enough to be good?
Yeah, it's still in early access, so they could add more things like distance cars and reindeers with guns.
Theme park. It's just that the theme happens to be something that's very popular right now.
Murder. The theme is murder.
Simulator. Coming up next is Godly Corp, which I opened and I immediately closed, not because it bothered me. It's like, if I'm going to play this, I need to record it, and I was too busy to sit down and do that, because you basically play as Cthulhu, and yeah, it's a god simulator where you're a bad, fucked up, pissy god.
I just want to know where the spaghetti DLC is. My religion is not being represented here.
A new challenge every day. I have no idea. This game could absolutely eat shit, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to give it a chance, though.
I mean, it has a tentacle with a handgun. I'm sold.
It is. Yeah, it's basically a surgeon simulator, but they tried to do more than, just the surgery bit.
Yeah, if Octodad and Surgeon Simulator had a baby, it would be this game.
Hey man, yes. How can you go wrong with a tentacle and a handgun?
I mean, you can't. You just can't. 100%. This is the god I want to worship, the god of tentacles and handguns.
Hey, reasonably priced, $6.79, and I want to thank the developers for sending over a copy. This is one of the rare times that I checked our the page thing we have,
Curator Connect thing.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Clicked on it. I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna have to check that out. So it's got a couple of rough edges, but
yes,
once it gets up and launching, I think look forward to us playing that.
Indeed. All right. Coming up next, oh my god, you can get some new games on GOG and not have to pay for them and not pirate them either. Also we talk about the Linux First Initiative and why that is the best thing and will save us all.
And scene.
Oh yeah, Jordan, before I forget. Did you, in your Ryzen laptop, did you by any chance have a look at the BIOS settings to see how much system memory the APU is using?
No.
Yeah.
I can go grab it, but
yeah, when you do, send me a thing on the Hangouts, say how much it's set up to. Mm-hmm. Because, I figured out why the Unity games were freezing on the Steam box.
Because of embarrassment from being in a Microsoft case.
Well, so, and that's the thing. I have not been getting freezies on Unity games on that machine, so I think the default is set correctly. But
you just gotta tell me what the default is, because it's not the same, apparently.
Fair enough. Yeah, just ping me tomorrow so I don't forget. Otherwise,
yeah.
Or, Yeah, honestly, after that latest BIOS update, like most of the problems I had were fixed. So.
Yeah, no, it's a VRAM thing because it's Unity specific because it does that on Intel GPUs as well in Windows. And yeah, it's when a game tries.
Unsurprisingly, according to Asmode, Tentacle with a handgun coming in first.
Jill's Star Without Numbers characters, or Lasers and Feelings characters, never mind.
Actual
Tentacle.
YouTubers. Goddamn.net. King of Batman. Nah, why not? I'll give that one up.
I'll give Gruber a vote.
Similar dreams with cigarettes.
A tentacle with a handgun is just very poignant.
Yep.
You know, as a person who tends to fuck up the English language a lot, I will upboot we known as Cocaine Voltron.
We know it.
We know,
Listen, some people don't think that's how it is,
but it do.
but it do.
They don't think it be like it is, but it do.
All right, more beer. I'll be back.
Mortal Kombat!
This is just, I like the idea that he's going to be getting on a plane like 4 hours after the show. He's still going to be drunk.
I've done some close shaves where like I've arrived in a hotel room, crashed for 2 hours, and then did a show.
Well, that's a power blackout.
Yeah.
Insane for 30 years. What? Dun, 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 dun. What is this going on? Words.
Someone installed Linux Mint on.
Yay, you installed a Linux distro. It's 2018.
Yeah,
Come
you
on.
installed literally the easiest Linux distro to install.
I would say that would be Arch.
I mean, I will say for lay people, just fucking clicking through a menu is fairly simple.
What time's your flight, Pedro?
Noon 30.
Okay. Odds making, man.
Yeah, no, I want to get a couple hours sleep. So
You can sleep. You can sleep on the plane.
Listen, we both know
No,
that's
I
not going to
can't.
happen.
That's the thing. That's a very uncomfortable plane to sleep in.
Pedro, I weep for you. I weep for you and your ability to like actually fit into plane seats.
Okay, now I didn't want to say like right when the stream started because, you know, some people were watching. They were like, what is this? And they got a taste of it. They're like, fuck that. Perfectly valid response. We're going to try to crush Danger Zone tonight. So if you don't have CSGO, go ahead and download it. It is the price of free. We have a server set up. So it doesn't matter if you're brand new or an old pro that has been playing for hour.
Hundreds of hour.
Just hour. I think I have like 2 hours in CSGO, and I've had the game for 5 years or whatever.
Let's see. Counter-Strike Global Offensive. 82 hours. Which is nothing compared to some people in my Steam friends list, but 82 hours.
Who has the most hours in CSGO in my friends list? Let's find that out.
Mr. Allen's got it. He is him and Aldius. Spectator
yeah.
delay is down, and we have 24 max players.
Blaster PR has 770 hours. Where's Anthony? He probably has a bunch.
I used to have close to 1,000 hours in Counter-Strike Source, but then Valve reset the play times a while back, so I lost that. I only have like 150 now.
Oh yes. Okay. So Anthony has fucking 537 hours in there. No, that's like a meat space human. I know.
And if you're wondering, you're like, what is,
CS:GO?
I don't play CSGO. That's dumb. This is Battle Royale. This has nothing, this is just...
It's the core. It's this core Counter-Strike gameplay, but it's burr.
It's Battle Royale with Amazon drones. That's it.
It's...
I think you might be hard-pressed to play the game on an i3 with Intel graphics, Linux Neuro. It'll probably start, you're just not going to have a very good time of it.
I don't know, man. It's the, it's a very fucking primitive engine. I mean...
It's the Source engine, yes, but it's Source 2.
Which still looks like rewarmed
I
poo.
don't, see, did they upgrade CS:GO to Source 2 already?
A while back.
No one's minded for Half-Life 3 data files.
Oh, they have.
They just found the exact same ones that they found in Dota, so...
Hey everyone, let's start all asking, will it run ? Like it cost anything to download it and find out.
Yeah, it is free. Yeah, I know it runs on the Iris Pro on the XPS 13 because I tried it. I pulled out the M.2 NVMe SSD that it had and put another one in. This one actually has my work stuff.
Does that thing have a case on it?
No?
Oh, M.2. Never mind.
Yeah.
My brain, normally I don't pay any attention to what you're saying. And I thought that was a thumb drive. Wait a minute. I mean, I listened to it. I was able to replay it. And I was like, oh.
64 gigs.
Only.
I mean, for a thumb-sized thumb drive, yeah.
What do you keep on your keychain? What size?
8 gig.
I got a 16 gig one. I was thinking of getting like a tiny little USB 3.0, like 128 gig or something. Throw some movies on there or something. Like I have a live install of Fedora on there.
I have a 16 gig, but it's not on my. I don't carry those with me anymore.
I mean, the one I have was just has like a aluminum unibody and has a little keychain ring, so I just stuck it on there. And
oh, mine's like one of those hyper thin ones that you'll lose if you sneeze. You know, the one that.
Yes. Yeah, Tesco sells a 3-pack of those of 16 gigs each for like £9.
That was nothing. What I want is like one of those old. You remember the like slidey SanDisk ones?
Oh, you mean like this?
Yeah, I have one of them around somewhere.
I want one of those that is like 512 gigs, but it says like 128 megs on the outside, so no one will fucking take it.
Yeah, no, this one is 64 and it's got the blue. So everyone's going like, ooh, USB 3 flash drive, give me.
I mean, cloud storage is a thing now. There's
well, that, and you can usually have between 128 and 512 gigs in your pocket anyway with your mobile.
Yeah. And I have a 1 terabyte Microsoft OneDrive because work.
Mazel tov.
Nice.
Oh, and Office 365 too, if I want to install it.
Coming to Linux. 2020. Well, 2019 probably.
2020.
I am saying by 2020 we will have Microsoft Edge on Linux, guaranteed.
Oh, it's Chromium, right? So
right.
Yeah, it's just Visual Studio Code, but it's Edge.
Edgy.
Oh, speaking of Visual Studio Code, hit your tits, boys and girls.
All right,
it's coming.
Yes,
it's gonna be a thing.
We're gonna talk about it. It's exciting.
Remember to set your shader detail to medium, and when you still crash, you do the shrug emoticon.
Yep.
Yeah, I had to change one value in one of the config files, and it stopped all the crashing.
You're gonna be the first one to go fucking crash tonight, guaranteed. Because you're not playing.
I'm not playing tonight. As soon as the show's over, I'm going to
It's
sleep.
almost like I spoiled it with the end of my sentence.
Well, Pedro's game won't crash. Pedro will crash.
Yes.
Okay.
His car, because he's been driving it while sleep deprived.
Let's get into it. Clickety clack. Archer. Danger Zone in 3, 2.
Welcome back to the Danger Zone. Well, it's actually not. It's actually just a little teeny tiny podcast, what we do on Saturdays. And there's a lot of you that decided, you know what? I like what those guys do, so I'm going to give them the necessary funds.
I don't know, man. Now I got secret agent man stuck in my head. Thanks, Pedro. Lives the life of danger.
Everyone he meets, he stays a stranger. Well, you can be a stranger too, and
I
still
want to go
support us
stab a
anonymously
flower child.
through Bitcoin. But you know, there's a number of ways.
Stab a flower child with Bitcoin. Make a Wish Foundation. Call
listen,
me.
Ben, I believe in you. You will find a way to stab someone with Bitcoin.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
all right. Well, if you want to fund this important research that will not save lives, it will cost lives, you can head on over to LinuxGameCast.com, click the support button. There's a ton of stuff here you can click through. You can read I Believe in You, but there's affiliate links. You should click on those and buy stuff through them. That way we get a little bit of money and you get the thing that you were going to buy anyways. Yeah, you can also head over to patreon.com/LinuxGameCast, where you can fund us over there. You can give us some money every week, every time we put out a show, and you can get some cool stuff like access to the show notes, access to the Discord channel. When we decide to play Counter-Strike or Rocket League, you can show up and be like, hey man, I want to play with you. And we'll be like, okay, well, you're paying us, so, you know.
Do we have a tier for stabbing people with the Bitcoins? Because
we need one now.
Listen, but yeah, the only thing though is we only accept donations in Bitcoin for that because we need something to stab with. We only have a fraction of a Bitcoin. We need the full Bitcoin for like maximum stabitude. But of course, hey, we got a store now too. You can go to what's that URL? I still. Man,
teespring.com/store/LinuxGameCast.
LinuxGameCast.com/store.
Yeah,
that also works. You can also Google search Linux Gamecast store, and your mileage may vary there.
Our
but
dark
we
web
got
address for a tour.
yeah,
no.
.onion.exe.
Hey, if you become a new patron or do that thing, increase your pledge or whatever, tell us to go fuck ourselves. We're gonna be like, hey, we want to give you a special thanks, give you a shout out. We're gonna put you in the credits, deal with it. But we want to think. I'm gonna go. All right, this is always the fun part. Nibbles.
It's
Nibbles.
4 bytes.
Yeah,
it's 4 bytes. It's a nibble.
It's a nibble bite
Or 4 bits. It's a nibble. It's not a bite. A nibble.
I can't
yeah,
bite my nibbles.
Well, can you though? Take off your shirt and show us.
One of the crazy things you can also do, man, if you want to help stick our crazy little studio, our mad experiment. We're 3 people, insane people, with the ability to broadcast to your face organs. But if you pick up anything from our Amazon wish list, you end up on Frank's fuck wall. It's kind of terrifying. It's a horrible idea because No,
We need a new fuck wall?
I'm going to tell you why it's a horrible idea, Jordan. Do you know why?
No.
Because that fuck wall has not stabbed anybody with bitcoins yet, and it's bothering me.
Can you stab the fuck wall with Bitcoin?
Challenge accepted.
Next week, the fuck wall's just pelted with like 3
I'm trying to get a
This
shout
isn't
out.
getting any
All right,
better.
come on. All right. So, hey, you know him. You love him. He's in chat realm right now. Michael, you know him. Oh, it's so awesome. Except when he picks us up something with terms and conditions attached to it. Because one of the things we were thinking about picking up is I get what were they called? Camcorders? Yeah.
Handy cams, camcorders.
Yes.
Yeah.
Handy cams. And check it out, man. That shit showed up. Look at that.
Oh,
We're gonna get all pro. No, it's gonna actually put me to work because there's a gang of shit. I've been sitting there like, man, I want to do a thing on this. That doesn't involve like getting the USB 3 extension cables and running them out to and like setting shit up. Boom. That's the thing. Plus we can get out and about. Michael writes, Mike G, you know him, you love him. I hope the camcorder will capture some great footage in your future plans. Happy holidays. Hail Santa. Hail Santa to you too, Mike.
Santa.
However, I have 2 cards.
Oh.
The second one says, hopefully the Santa hat will fit Vin or Frank. You mother.
I mean, Ben's got a skinny head, so that he'll fit most hats.
I got a massive head. And if it was anybody else, Mike, I would have just recorded footage of me lighting this thing on fire. But since it's you, let's see if it fits my fucking head.
oh, we're doing it. We're doing it live.
Over the headphones. Over the headphones.
That's hard mode. I don't know if we want to. I don't think this thing will fit my head, but there's no way it's getting over the headphones.
All right. Drum roll, please.
It fits.
Ho, ho, ho. Ven is now a ho.
Yes.
Mazel tov.
I feel violated.
Neskadol. Next year in
Hail
Jerusalem.
Santa.
Bad touch. Oh.
All right. Let's get in some news. I'm feeling extra festive. Then there's some new games on God Connect.
I can't think. My blood supply, brain, oxygen, something. No, we
It's
do.
just full of Christmas cheer.
Yeah. We got a couple of new games. If you know about God Connect, you can hook this business up and it will sync with what you have in your Steam library. And if it has copies that you can actually own instead of just having a license to, they'll let you download them. And there's a bunch of Linux goodness on there. What did I end up getting? Abe's Odyssey and Shadowrun Dragonfall along with Trine on this round. I was kind of pleased with that.
Yeah, I just got the Shadowrun Dragonfall Director's Cut, Hong Kong Extended Edition, Returns, and Trine. So now I have DRM-free copies of all the Shadowrun games. They're actually really fun RPGs, so if you own them and play them, they're fun. The other ones here were Age of Wonders, and I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream is available on Linux. So if you're a big fan of existential horror, there you go.
Yeah. No, I got, I already had I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, but yeah, I got Abe's Odyssey, the Shadowruns, and Trine, and also I checked today, and Age of Wonders 3 was also added to the list, which means that I have that on GOG now too. The one other thing, GOG, whenever they have a sale, they like to do like the free game, and which one was it? Full Throttle Remastered was free for a bit. So if it still is, you might want to go there. Let me check right quick.
It
Nope,
was.
I got a notification for a free game after it was like Dungeon Commander or something like that. Dungeon Accountant, something or other.
Don't give them ideas.
File your dungeon taxes this year.
Dude, man, Dungeon Accountant Simulator will probably be up. I give it maybe a month. Anyway, we get some progress in Unity.
Yes, Unity has a new update. This is for 2018.3. And of course, every time we get one of these massive sets of updates, we do the old Control F Linux. And that revealed that you can now edit your games using Visual Studio Code, a Microsoft product. There's a plugin for that. I've heard that it's an okay text editor, but so is VI. And promise that the progressive light mapper that's currently available only in the Windows build will eventually make it to Windows and OS
It might be the Santa hat with oxygen and blood and stuff, but I totally read that as cabbage collection control.
Yeah. You know what? You should put the wizard robes on top of the Santa hat for the chair acquisition.
I'm going to stab you with a Bitcoin now.
Bring it, Cupcake. All right. I got Dogecoin armor +3.
Yeah. 2 mentions of Linux, and 1 is for Visual Studio Code. If I wasn't already halfway down, Bald Avenue, I'd be pulling my hair out right now. God damn it, Unity!
Just give up and shave your head, man.
Yeah, dude. Just let it go, man. Don't be that guy. I would totally be that guy if I got male pattern. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll just go Chrome Dome. Why not?
Gotta
even out the tan on my scalp though, because it's pastier somehow.
It would be shortly after I finally grew tired of doing some horribly bad comb over.
Yeah,
I think I would rock that.
Well, I mean, would you go for the goatee and just rock the Heisenberg forever at more?
I always said, man, if my hair ever falls out and does that, yeah, fuck it, I'm just gonna shave it. Fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
All right. Well, let's talk about more Linux game development. This is from Bearded Giant Games, and he has announced the Linux First initiative. Well, as it turns out, Bearded Giant Games is just the one bearded giant, and so he just likes developing on Linux and has decided that Linux will be the first class citizen, and Windows and OS 10 ports will come later. What does I mean? We've heard a couple other. There was another indie dev that was doing this as well. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna release our game first on Linux, and it's all well and good, and it's nice to see that someone's stepping up and doing that. But unless you're developing exclusively on Godot or writing your own engine, it's a fairly hard ask because Unity and UE4 builds of the development environment aren't feature complete. You can't even use the freaking asset store for Unreal Engine.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of larger studios are still heavily leaning on DirectX for graphics input and sound. So it's nice that someone's trying to create some traction, but Linux as a whole has sort of failed to capture that game development market. And I think that is the thing, we've been saying this forever, that is the thing that will actually bring the games to the Linuxes.
I'm all for devs getting more money. We've already mentioned this in the Steam segment, but yeah, no, that's not what they're doing is great. Supporting Linux is great. Treating Linux like a first-class citizen, it's awesome. That's better than what anyone else is doing. But you'll be hard-pressed to see me actually go anywhere besides Steam or maybe GOG if the waxing gibbous is a particular shade of orange that time of month.
Thank you, HP Lovecraft.
Yes. And like me, there are many people who just can't be asked to go around each and every single developer's website to look for their games so they can buy them. Hell, console players, they get their games from the one online digital store. It's the platform holders. So this really won't be very effective in the short run, I feel like.
I think console's a poor choice because the physical market still exists and it is significant, especially in the console space, definitely.
Yes.
Even though literally when you buy your PlayStation 4 games, I've done this twice. You pop it in and then you got to download about 15 gigs of updates. Because
that's what the word on this. I honestly I know this is going to irritate some people, but almost 100% the 5th gen, the Xbox, whatever the fuck they want to call it, and the PS5, they will be diskless variants of those consoles, guaranteed.
100%.
Makes sense.
Or
yeah,
optical diskless. That just going to need a flash drive or an SSD or something to store the stuff.
Well, you bring up a really good point though, because there's motherfuckers that need the physical stuff. They need it. They need it hard. And a lot of titles that you can buy, you're just going to get a box with a redeemable code in it anyway. You're not even going to get a disc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for consoles you still get discs, but yeah, it's completely useless the moment you pop it in. Like Jordan mentioned, you gotta download the updates, which is basically the full game anyway. So, meh.
I don't know. That's
yeah, it's just splitting up the game sales at this point. I'm not entirely sure for a teeny tiny little developer that's gonna be a very good idea.
Well,
Just saying.
I don't know. Pulling it from Steam, I think, doing it hey, man, I'm going to get a better cut if I do it myself and I deal with that, which is 100% fine. Feral does that.
Yes.
And I'm like, yo, just buy it directly from us, fam, and that'll be a thing. Or you can just get it from Steam or however. Making that option, just going all out. Cool story, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
So, let's talk about a 2D mission-based space shooter based on the Battle for the Solar System space opera novel trilogy. And this is, it's the Battle for the Solar System, the Pandoran War. And it is a 2D shooter very similar to what you'd have like in olden games, like your Asteroids and your, what was the other one? Very similar? Damn it. I want
to say Defender, but I don't think that's right.
It's very close to that. But yeah, no, it's Asteroids, but with a story.
My man, I know you're creeping. You're looking. You're like, hey, man, who linked my GitHub page? Dude, you got to work on labeling these screenshots, all right? I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm not getting a whole lot of information from v0.6-not6.png. I'm going to take a look at it.
I got to click on it.
It's from 3 years ago. But yeah, like it compiles easily enough. It doesn't actually have too many dependencies. And yeah, like Pedro said, the gameplay is basically just Asteroids, but with other people shooting back at you. And apparently there's a story, there are missions. Yeah, it's thing. It's available on GitHub. It's open source, so we got to give that a plug.
I wanted to give it a mention. I mean, it's being updated. And one thing I really wanted to throw some love towards is all of the sound assets are from freesound.org.
Nice, yeah.
Nice.
And it's all accredited, like right there on the GitHub page. That's something you don't normally see. So
credit where credit is due.
Indeed.
Very good.
100%. All right. Hey, it's like that version of the game on Steam, except it doesn't crash.
Yes.
This is the example of like a community supported shooter that actually works.
And it has worked for many years.
All right. They got a couple of new things. So this is basically aliens versus humans. You play as little fucking aliens running around, blow, boom, boom, boom. It's fun. I remember when years ago, this thing was a motherfucker. I had to make a how-to video on how to get this game compiled and running. How times have changed. It now includes a launcher, which is good. And they got some new stuff with player movement, damage indicators, turrets, and, hey, Spiker improvements. Who hasn't been waiting on that? But along with the gameplay changes, man, there's a cleanup with the code, and they've done a lot of back-end work on just giggity asset management to keep things smoother going forward. This project keeps on rocking on. I do want to give everyone a fair warning. The Unvanquished Area 51, just Unvanquished in general, is still very active, but it is active with the people who only play this game. You will get murderated.
Yeah, not so much a learning curve as a brick wall you slam into repeatedly until you get good.
But if you like that type of challenge, I'm not trying to scare anyone away. I mean, if you know what you're walking into, go for it.
It's like folks are playing Open Arena. Like they discovered that the first person shooter was perfected with Quake 3, and they haven't moved past that at all.
Yeah. Launchers are good. Launchers mean that whenever I see that icon at the corner of my eye, I can just go, oh, hey, check it out. That's how I still have Relics of Anorath up to date, even though they killed it. So basically I have the files up to date, the last version that they pushed out. Hey.
Indeed. Well, you gotta use those fingers to type, man.
Eternia.
Eterna.
Eterna? All right.
Eterna. Yes.
Whatever.
There are 2 T's. So yeah, it's an advanced cross-platform rhythm game designed for keyboard. And you can see there it's on GitHub. The build is passing on Linux CLang and Linux JCC. That's all we care about.
Suck it, Mac.
So yeah, something isn't working too well for Mac there. But yeah, it's a rhythm game. It's a rhythm game that you're supposed to play it with a keyboard, but after watching several videos of people playing this on YouTube, the keyboard is very clearly a secondary focus here. I've seen people play it with just about anything, and some of the songs that I saw some people play and get like 94-95% easily, it's like, oh, I don't have enough fingers.
So many excuses, Pedro. So many excuses. Tell me again.
That dude's got masterful toe control. I just
Pedro's
don't.
on about fingers. This dude's down an arm.
Yeah. So here's the thing. This is a Stepmania clone. If you don't know what that is, it's basically DDR for people who don't like to go outside or like physically exert themselves. And actually the Pulse Audio application sync is actually called Stepmania. Again, Ben, you mentioned that they provide Fedora compile instructions, but this is one of those situations where I've built enough stuff on this box that I didn't actually have to install anything, which is always nice. But yeah, it compiles. I don't know, man. I tried to play a little bit of this. I thought I got some frame perfect things, but apparently I was off.
Look at that.
Yeah. This is a man who plays nothing but Stepmania, or yeah.
He has clearly eaten the correct amount of chicken wings.
Seriously, like this is a commercial for Adderall, right?
Yeah. And he goes like that for the full 4 minutes and 18 seconds. Like, what the shit, dude?
Man, I can't wait to see like all these guys have like super degenerative arthritis in their later years, and they're just like,
oh man, that's definitely a thing. However, I can definitely see like getting in that zone, because I know we've all been there. Like maybe not for 4 minutes, but you've definitely hit something like that in a game, especially a pattern recognition game. I don't know, man. But yeah, I could. Did you ever play DDR, Pedro? Did they invent that in Portugal?
There were like arcade type of situations that had DDR machines. Yes, I think I played it a whole of once.
I just imagine like a knockoff version. It's like DDR and pirates. And...
DDC?
Man, I don't know. It's just like, you know,
what, Dance Comunista? I don't know. What's DDC?
The C as in yes. S-I. Never mind.
Deep cuts, man. Deep cuts.
That was the joke, okay?
Deep cuts.
It wasn't a very good one, Pedro. Coming up next, we take a look at an adventure game from Night School Studio about teenage drama, and we tell you why we love teenage drama. So much drama.
End scene.
Why did you ask me out to prom, Pedro?
Because you're in Canada.
Excuses, man. If a man can play Guitar Hero with his foot, you can ask me out on a date. If Chewbacca lives on Endor, you must acquit.
I'm pretty sure I didn't know you when you went to prom. There's also that.
On a date.
Excuses.
Thank you, Mike. And I can also tell everyone the one thing I was worried about, because no information existed on the internet until now, the Vixia HF R800, which is 1080p 60, about as cheap as you can get, that works with Linux. Plug the damn thing in over USB. No issues. Just pull it off. So, do you hear that, internet? Now you know.
Does it have to be in PTP mode, or does it have its
I
own
didn't
dedicated...
get a chance to go pick it up until when I was coming home from the studio today, so I've had enough time to be like, hey, it cuts on. Immediately plug it in. Hey, that works. Bonus.
Cool.
Right. Because option 2 was like, okay, instead of USB extensions, HDMI extensions. And thanks again, Mike. We're going to get up to some
Shenanigans.
Yeah.
Shenanigans.
Banana boats.
Nabanaphones.
A ring dong ding dong ding dong ding. Run out of votes.
What were you expecting?
People want to know how to program for the Commodore 64.
Listen, dude, I mean, if it's really bothering you, just set them to private.
Yeah.
just upload a bunch of Linux Gamecast videos on your channel. That'll make them go away.
Oh wow, people did not like your basic programming on the C64. You got several dislikes there.
Wait a minute. Is the internet interneting?
Yes.
You will get you'll get genuine hate if you're straight up not just doing something, but if you show that you're proficient and good at doing something that somebody is like, I'm too lazy to learn to do that. And in a fit of what can only be described as impotence, they'll click the down thumb.
Yep.
Maybe some people care. I mean, do you ever use the up or down thumbs on videos?
No,
I do.
I
Every now and then. Not always, but I do.
I personally didn't until it was explained to me how that works with your suggestions. That's what they're there for.
yeah, it's one of those like market spam things. I just don't care enough.
Well, that feeds the algorithm into like my recommended thing is like boom. Right now it's just straight fucking DEF CON and getting through. Then
Yeah, that explains why I'm getting suggestions for all the Linus Tech Tips videos, because I put a like on his video about Linux gaming not sucking so much a while back.
Linux Nuru, that sentence should read, I just shipped my third MP3 player.
Yeah, they want it for free though.
Tell them they can have it for free. Just gotta pay for shipping.
the Tanzania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you got to send it by Thompson's Gazelle?
Why not? Wait, Gazelle used to be a service, I think. Yeah, is that still around? They used to buy old electronic. Well, not old, but, you know, electronics that were like a week old. DHL's everywhere, and their service is equally shit. No matter what country. I will tell you.
I don't know, did they deliver half a desk and then lie to you, and the seller has to tell you that they damaged it in transit, and then have to give you a refund?
Well, that's the old thing, especially with the DHL. At any point, if they deliver something, I say, wait. Because there's a high probability it's been smashed to hell. Oh, shit. You got a chicken dinner? The Zoom button. Is there a Zoom button?
Ah, yes, a refund and a very condescending cookie.
You know, here's the thing. I know Empty was busy doing shit, and I was like, man, I got to come up with a little cover title. And I was like, you dumb motherfucker, you saved it when he posted it. It's sitting right there on your desktop. This is after me 30 minutes scouring the internet. It's like, what am I going to do for this? It's like, oh, hang on. Clone tool. Done. All right, type. Save. Done. Took 4 minutes.
Hope you get diabetes.
Yeah. Why not? Some grade A diabetes.
I don't know. My dad has type 2 diabetes, so chances are I have it too.
Which one's
Because the
type
cancer
2?
wasn't bad enough.
Which one do you have to... I had a friend, Keith, that had to stab himself.
That's type 3.
Type 3? All right.
Yeah. Or is it type 1? Type 2 is the manageable one. It's basically you just have to watch it.
Quit eating sugar, covered sugar.
Yeah.
That.
But that's my favorite sugar.
I don't know how people deal with sweets. Now, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a broken human being when it comes to taste buds. I realized this a couple of weeks ago. I was eating shit, and it was hot. I know it was hot because my nose was running, but it wasn't registering on the taste buds. I was like, nah.
Okay, it's type 1. Type 1 diabetes. Yeah. That's the one you need the insulin shots to keep you going.
Ooh. Formula.
Formula.
People like sweet stuff, man. I do not. I can't deal with it. I like spicy.
I like sweet stuff.
I like sweet, but not too sweet. I like the really sweet stuff. I just take one bite and go, oh, no, thank you. I'm out. Bye.
I've only had that reaction to one thing, and it was like a pudding-filled donut, and I was like, oh god, this is just too much.
That physically just retched when you said that, Ben.
What pudding-filled donut?
Yeah.
You don't want to hear me talk about this pudding-filled donut?
No, you only got one shot at that girlfriend. I mean, it doesn't work now. I built up a tolerance to your pudding-filled nightmare.
Frosted pudding-filled donut.
Fucking Canada, man.
It was out of Tim Hortons too.
Of course.
It was at a Tim Hortons I was working at. They had like, this is a pudding-filled donut. I'm like, man, I have to try that, and I got free donuts. So
Now you see, I don't have a problem with that because if you ate sweets, I mean, you would absolutely have to give that a curiosity fuck. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm gonna try this. See what a $5 milkshake tastes like with pudding in it, and it's also a donut.
Actually, pudding in a milkshake would be pretty good. Be really thick though. You need to use like a little bit of pudding.
Yeah.
Or maybe like frozen pudding. Like
No, man, it'd be great. You just got to drink it with a
custard?
spoon.
I mean, you drink soup.
So
with
it's a
spoon.
smoothie. It's a pudding smoothie.
No, I think there's the illusion of healthiness when it comes to smoothies. There's no we have dropped all pretense here. This is fucking
A
diabetes
smoothie
milkshake.
is just what? It's just frozen fruit ground into a very thin paste.
No.
I
Yogurt,
honestly don't
milk.
know. I'm Googling what a smoothie
Fruits.
is right now. I mean, I know it's a thing. I have no idea what's in it, though.
It's
Usually-
just ice and fructose.
Okay, here we go. Maybe made using other ingredients such as water, crushed ice, fruit juice, sweeteners, honey, sugar, stevia, syrup, whey powder, plant milk. That's wrong. There's no such thing. Nuts, nut butter. Also wrong. Seeds, teach. Basically, yeah. You
Peanut butter exists, man. I don't know what
Listen.
you're going on about.
All I'm reading from this is you dump some shit into a blender and put some ice on it. Yeah, it's a smoothie.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. I usually put like whey protein in my smoothies. Fills you up for a good while.
Put whatever you want in a smoothie. Of course you
Can I put
don't.
a camcorder in a smoothie?
We can find out. That camcorder is well.
There
all right.
used to be a YouTube channel called Will It Blend?
What do you mean used to?
Used to
motherfucker?
be Pedro. Wow,
know, I
like,
haven't seen it.
Man,
in a
we
while.
both shut him down on that. That was. Yeah, like
Listen, all I'm saying is like regular porn doesn't do it for me anymore. I'm very familiar with that channel.
like and here's the thing, like I was straight up debating like buying one of the Blendtec blenders, and I'm like, you know what, here's the thing, if I really want to be 100% sure that my blender will fuck up whatever the hell I throw in there, I'm gonna get Blendtec blender.
Here's my problem: $300 and something, and I know the only thing in my brain the entire time, hovering like at the store to buy it online, was feed it a broomstick, feed it a broomstick.
Well, there's like they had the one little frame in their intro video of like feeding a crowbar to it. It's like, man, Gordon Freeman, eat your heart out.
Corn Freeman.
Gordon Freeman, man.
I like Corn Freeman better.
Hold on.
I just oh shit, Go Discord. I have the gift thing, so let's see what a Corn Freeman might look like.
That is Corn Freeman, according to... Man, I could go for some barbecue corn right now.
Corn Freeman.
Those are corn dogs.
Made from real dogs.
Yeah. Dachshund.
Bow wow.
I don't know. What's the point of Dachshunds? My sister had... I think she still has one. Like, that's not a dog. That's just a cat that's trained to go outside, man. What's the purpose?
Listen, man, if you ever want an argument against eugenics, look at dog breeding.
Yeah. Pugs. Look at a pug's face, then
No, look at an American bulldog and realize that like they have permanently fucked that breed to the point where like they just can't breathe and they'll die slowly.
Kudos, Steve.
Oh, he posted that a while ago.
Oh, okay. Now it's time sensitive with Jordan. You gotta no dupes.
No, don't none of this repost shit. What are you talking about?
I almost did that today with like spray adhesive because I was getting the acoustic foam on the inside of the door that you can't see right now to stop the drippy sounds coming from the tank. Yeah, no, my hair got very stuck on the door for a little bit. It's like, no. There we go. Okay. Christmas Frank.
Oh, Christmas Frank. Oh, Christmas Frank. You're skeleton and your name is Frank. Oh, I don't know the rest of the words to that song. Man, I don't know jack shit about Christmas characters. Characters and carols.
Characters?
Characters named Carol.
I'm scared to see what that is. Oh, that's what that is. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a risky click for a live stream. I had no idea what was on that.
Wow, Steve, you committed the cardinal sin of like fucking taking a photo of a screen.
Nope. Motherfucker, that belongs on Technically the Truth.
Technically.
I mean, it is a new picture of that picture.
Yeah, I think Steve's got you on that one, man.
fucking our pictures of text here, man. What the fuck? Pictures of pictures.
All right, let me do a little bio break, then we'll get into this. Roll it up.
Wait, was her name Carol or Karen?
What?
Ah, yeah, it was Carol. Okay.
Yes.
Melissa McBride, person on the GIF.
Yes.
Because of the, the characters. The stream is on a bigger delay now, so it takes them like 30 seconds to catch up.
I'm putting that one squarely on you, Pedro. What does Jiffy say about risky click? Okay.
Narrowly dodged just killing myself.
Mazel tov.
Yeah.
I was speaking of Die Hard.
What?
Fucking. No, was it Carl Winslow? No, it was the. Yeah, Carl Winslow in Die Hard.
Okay.
Oh man, I hated Mall Santas as a kid. That GIF is very cathartic for me.
Why do you have a problem with mall Santas, weirdo?
I like legitimately hate Christmas, so I identify strongly with Ebenezer Scrooge.
How bad of you.
Right. I wonder if that had anything to do with it.
Oh, That never goes down, dude. Well, I'm gonna assume that never is. What is there, like, radical synagogues? Or like, Christmas, we must win the war. Nobody fucking cares, dude.
No, Bill O'Reilly seems to believe so, but no.
Really?
I don't fucking know. Fox News war on Christmas shit. They're trying to put the we need to put the triple X in Christmas, man. Ho ho ho.
I've seen that in IRL, man. I've seen a cash person wish somebody a Merry Christmas and say, "Don't you mean Happy Holidays?" I was like, oh, I didn't know where to go with that. I was like, fuck Christmas, but really?
I mean, I just didn't. When I was working cash, I wouldn't say anything. It'd be like Merry Christmas. I'd be like, "Oh, fuck yourself," under my breath.
Where do you think Hail Santa came from? That is my response. I have not yet got to drop a legitimate Hail Santa this year. There's still time.
There are how many more days? There's 10 more days that you can drop your Hail Santa and it'll be appropriate.
What day is Christmas?
It is a Tuesday.
No, I mean date. 25th?
The 25th. Yes.
All
right. No, you guys have it as a statutory holiday. I guess you don't care because you're self-employed.
Don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it really only ever affects you if it's like if it falls on like a weekend or something.
No, trucks you can buy during the match, but it sends a drone that everyone's going to follow.
Yes.
Right. Let's click that and boop. That's not. I got to replace the fan on that 980.
Just buy a 2080.
Why'd I just buy a fucking fan? It's a little cheaper.
No. Gotta go all in.
I won't hate myself for like 4 months.
I know.
It's ASMR, bitches. Bring it.
I know.
Welcome
Back to Linux ASMR cast. Now, hold on. Is there like any tinfoil or something I can crinkle in front of the microphone?
Tinfoil?
Yeah, like they crinkle tinfoil and people get off on it. I don't know.
Got some plastic.
Yeah. There you go. Or some bubble wrap. I got key cards. You can go.
I got some zip ties, but you can only do that shit once, man. You ever tried to unzip a zip tie? Yeah.
I managed to do it once.
If you
can do it. You get a really small flathead screwdriver into the tab. Yep. It's like zip, done.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Oh, it's one that I can get fans direct from China for like $9 for. I just got to break down. Not even break down. I just got to go to AliExpress and order it. Thanks, Pennywise. Doop, doop. All right. And you ready?
Yep.
Good, because I'm not. I almost fucking jumped right into that shit. Add file.
Baby, you can lube my fan. Yes, I know
How did you
are
manage to get a
man.
1.3 gigabyte video out of this?
It's 30 minutes.
Oh, all right, that'll do it.
Baby, you can lube my fan.
I forgot that it was still recording.
Okay, that's more believable. In 3, 2, maybe 1, go for it.
This is a very relaxing chairquisition because we're going to be playing a very relaxing game. This chairquisition, for those of you who don't know, is where we take a game and we tell you if it works, how it performs, how it controls, and how graphical fidelity it is. And then we also tell you how we feel about it, if we had fun. Scale from 1 to 4 chairs. I can't do this anymore.
No, I was just about to say, no one's going to notice because once I get done processing this tomorrow, it's all going to be at the same volume.
Damn it, Ben! You gotta ruin all my fun all the time. We're throwing chairs at Oxenfree. It's from Night School Studios. It's built on its own engine. What is it? Oxenfree is a supernatural thriller. Is it?
Gotta be Unity. It smells like Unity.
Yes.
All right, I'm just reading the thing off the show notes. So whatever. It's the Oxenfree Unity. It's the Oxenfree Unity engine. Oxenfree. Oxenfree is a supernatural thriller about a group of friends who unwittingly open a ghostly rift. You are Alex, and you've brought your new stepbrother Jonas to a to an overnight island party gone horribly wrong. This game was either part of a Humble Bundle. It was also on sale for like $2 on GOG, which is where I got it. But anyways, let's talk about how it runs on Ubuntu. Ben Stone.
Hey, beautiful people, check this out. You want to know how it runs on 1804, the LTS, that business, running over here on a Ryzen 7 1700 with a 980 that's going right now. Because of my own damn fault. This graphical juggernaut. Can it do the UHD? That's what I tested at 3840 by 2160. First, I should say it launches, no issues. Did it full screen windowed, couldn't get it to crash, didn't have a problem. It's going to do 60. I mean, look at the damn thing. Come on. Even with a 980, no issues whatsoever. And again, I tested in windowed mode. I tested in big picture. No problems. It's Unity. Progress. With the controls, I didn't test it with the Xclone controller, but I did hit the go button on the Areola, the Steamy controller. Again, nothing negative to report. Clean bill of health. Solid 4 chairs.
Yeah, on Fedora 2864-bit, I was about to say 24, but that's years ago. It's very old distribution. With the i7 6700K and the GTX 1080 Ti. Does it launch? Yes, it does. Does it perform? It do. I will say though, that at least if you're using the GOG version, I don't know if the Steam version, I don't think the Steam version has this problem, but it doesn't remember your windowed mode settings, which is really annoying. Graphics wise, I mean, the art style reminds me a lot about a lot of there were a lot of Canadian animated shows coming out in the early aughts, coming out of Quebec and Vancouver, and this sort of matches that art style. It's all right. Control wise, yeah, I think Steam Input fixes a lot of the problems here. If you're not using the Steam version, the GOG version, the DualShock had a bunch of buttons that were mismatched. One of the trigger button, it was the right trigger. It was the start button, and the conversation cues were all just spray and pray. I didn't know. Keyboard and mouse worked fine though, so I'll give that 3 out of 4.
Yeah, and over here on Solus with the GTX 1080 and the Ryzen 5 1600, it launched. I also tried it on the Steam box. That's also running Fedora 29 with the Ryzen 5 2400G with the RX Vega 11. And yeah, no, it holds 60 even on the APU. And if you're wondering how you can get a FERPS counter on SteamOS / Big Picture mode, Gallium HUD, look it up. That's actually very useful. The graphics, they're there. They're teeny tiny characters on screen at any given point. But yeah. Controls, the Steam controller, the 8-bit SNES Pro, and the DualShock 4 all worked out of the box. So yeah, the clean bill of health here. Bonus soda for not having actual key prompts. Everything is just positional, so which button you press indicates which action you or what line of dialogue you will say at that time. And the keyboard, even though you can't really remap it, it does have the arrows bound to mirror WASD, so it's good. 4 chairs from me.
All right, well, there you go. Get the Steam version. What about fun-wise, Ven? Did you enjoy teenage drama and point-and-click adventure? I know you love that.
I almost had as much fun as no, not really. All right, I'm lying. I just want to preface this by saying, just reminding everyone at home that I genuinely hate children and choose your own adventure book games disguised as video games. This Oxenfree, when you boil it down, it's an adventure book game. That's what it is. I mean, listen, Night School Studio, they did a great job with it. They absolutely did. The game is very performant. It runs well. Controllers work, at least on Steam. No issues whatsoever. It looks really pretty. I like the art style. And unlike something like, I don't know, Life is Strange, the conversations in this, cringeworthy as they might be, because, hey, teenagers, or 20-somethings writing dialogue for teenagers, it's very organic. I mean, it does come across as a legitimate conversation, that believable, I guess I should say. However, it quickly became apparent that I kind of give negative fucks about teenagers going to an island dealing with spoopy shit. I do. It's really just a thing. I have 43, but I went back to try to play some more, and it just didn't happen today. I got right up to the game. There's a point, apparently about 43 minutes in, where the game forced me to make a stupid choice. It was like I had dumb choice A, dumb choice B. I'm not going to spoil it because this is one of those games you're going to play once. I had to tap out, like right there. As far as gaming, Pedro's going to elaborate on this, and Pedro's going to elaborate on it a little closer to the microphone than he did in the first section. The gaming element was really the radio. You got to tune that for the narrative, for the story, see how that's going to go. Now, the other interactive points is walking. That's a thing, and pressing a button to perform a singular action. So, sorry, not sorry, because if you don't dig this type of game, and you know who you are if you're like me, you don't like games like Gone Home You're Drunk, Life is Strange, and like Oxenfree, it's not going to change your mind. It's just not. It's a perfectly well done game for the type of people who dig the shit out of this, and more power to you. I'm just not one of them. However, I do want to live in this game's world, because one of the teenagers straight up munched on a special brownie, and less than 3 minutes later, dude tapped out. He sit down, he's like, shit, it's kicking in. I want me some of that. But as far as I can say for fun, and again, I'm not blowing up the game, I'm just the entire genre. How about that? That lessens the blow. Yeah, one cheer, and just pass it on. It's not going to make you like this if you don't like the entire... Yeah, nope.
Yeah, I have a pretty low tolerance for teenage drama, and this game kind of made the unfortunate misstep of front-loading a lot of it, where you had this conversation about stuff that I really don't care about. That said, once you power through the introduction, the drama bits are few and far between, and you get to determine how much of an asshole you are to your stepbrother. I was the biggest asshole. I picked the worst option for every single conversation, and I think that may have resulted in one of the characters killing themselves, but we'll get to that later. However, I am a sucker for a good mystery, and Oxenfree has a decent one. There are lots of little scraps of information everywhere, and it's fun for me to try and put it together and figure out what's going on. It seems straightforward, but maybe it isn't. I don't know. Is it aliens? Is it Cthulhu? Is it ghosts? We don't know. And the gameplay elements are a little lacking, though. I mean, like this is clearly like a descendant from like King's Quest sort of text parsing adventure games, that sort of thing, and they try to spice it up with, like, there's the radio element, which basically boils down to making very broad sweeps with your mouse until you find the crackly static thing, and then figuring out what the specific position on the dial is to advance the plot. And I really, really, really wish that you had a run button in this, because you do have to kind of explore a little bit, and the walking is just painfully slow. Oh my god. All in all, I mean, if you like FMV games or mysteries, you might get something out of it. Like Ven said, the dialogue is like not fucking super cringy teenage drama written by 50-year-olds who don't understand how teenagers talk, and there's a certain lack of profanity which kind of removes the genuine nature of the conversation for a given teenager. But I mean, like, here's the thing: the game does the stupid thing where, like, oh no, there's clearly a killer in the woods. Let's go take a shower in the woods with our forest shower. But like, it's well done. I might be tempted to go back and finish it just because I want to know what's happening. It has a decent enough plot hook to keep me invested. I'll give it 2 cheers. It's solid.
Yep. And I've mentioned this time and time again. In my opinion, games should be about mechanics. It's the one thing that sets video games apart from other art mediums. It's their mechanics, it's the interactivity. And right off the bat, Oxenfree is a bare skeleton of game mechanics, which they're there to qualify this as a video game, and they really do not much of anything else. The meat here is in the story and the dialogue choices that you make as you go along. I can see why the first bit of the game wouldn't punish you for making one choice over another, and you do get a very genuine sense of when those choices start to matter. It's right after this bit that you're looking at right now. It's the core mechanic is the dialogue and how your character decides what your character decides to say, or you decide to say, how that impacts everything else around you, what the other characters say, what the other characters do, has Jordan figured out. I've always had trouble, even when I was a teenager, I had trouble relating to teenagers in the real world, and I really couldn't muster the effort to care about these virtual ones. Now, I'm with Ven and Jordan on this one, because the dialogue here isn't as terrible as Life is Strange, but it's still teenage dialogue, accurate as it may be. The protagonist here is also, unlike Life is Strange, not just a pair of pants for you to don. She's kind of an asshole. Every single choice that you get, she drops so much sarcasm, it's actually kind of insane. But I play video games for what they can show me, not for what they can tell me. And this is a game about telling. There's a whole lot of telling rather than showing in Oxenfree. I care much more about the supernatural and the weird stuff than I do about teenage ones and zeros. So unfortunately, when the focus is on the teenagers, my interest is kind of lost. 2 chairs.
All right, so there you go. If you're into this sort of game, it's a good example of it. If you're not into this sort of game, it probably won't change your mind.
Check it out, man. If this was more like Negasonic Teenage War, I don't know. When I think about being a teenager, it's billions of years ago, I never had any situations like that if alcohol was involved, man. There was no, let's sit around. It's like, whoa, let's go ride sharks.
See, man, I didn't have friends as a teenager, so I didn't do any of this shit.
Then again, it was like, there's a killer in the wood. Yes, let's go get him. I don't know. That's the thing. It's a well-done game. It's just not my jam.
I want to see that radio game mechanic being used in other games where the focus is less on the dialogue and more on the exploration, for instance.
All right.
Mm-hmm. All right. Coming up next, we have more silly questions about our chair-based religion, and we talk about crowdfunding. Whoop.
All right. Programming note, Pedro.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking over your microphone.
Okay.
If you draw a straight line when you're looking directly at the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're talking over it.
Okay.
Which, I mean, you can angle however you need to adjust. But yeah, that's where a lot of your room echo is coming from.
Okay.
We're just going to look at Pedro because I might... Wait, hang on. No, I can do that. I got a tablet here. Boop. There we go.
Take it off, Pedro. Woo! Get naked.
Say project down.
Too sexy for Milan. Too sexy for Milan. Just
one-hit wonders, man. Thank you, VH1. Yeah. I know that. They'd never do it. Right, said Fred. I think, like, did Aqua ever do anything after?
So my sister had, like, the full Aqua album, so I heard all the songs on there.
Okay. But, like, legit, though,
I'm looking that up now. Apparently, they were formed in '89. So.
Wow.
Years active, 1989 to 2001, and then they got back together in 2008. They have put out 3 albums.
I tried to like Oxenfree. I did. Just wasn't feeling it. It was painful too. But yeah, if you could walk, okay. I think the game would have hooked me a bit more if I could just fuck off and do what I wanted to instead of having to be part of the group. If there was a button to be like, shut up.
Yeah, it needs the machete button.
Mm-hmm. Or a peace out button. I was like, I don't care.
There is the option of staying quiet, and your character does stay quiet, so...
Oh, I do that. And I was like, why do I even need to be here? Then, if this game is just going to continue without me doing anything other than following?
I mean, that is like a legitimate run for one of the Batman Telltale games where you just say nothing as Batman or Bruce Wayne. People just go on without you.
Right. It would be like having a Half-Life Telltale game.
Telltale. Running people to the ground.
Gods are watching. No.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the probability of seeing a Half-Life Telltale game is about the same as seeing any other sort of Telltale game anymore.
For Half-Life.
Yeah.
Do. Banana phone. Oh, I got a bone to pick with you, Google.
Google?
Yeah, man. They're responsible for reCAPTCHA.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I upgraded on our web zone from V2 to version 3, which doesn't have a checkbox. Which also, on every single page of your fucking web zone, in the bottom right-hand corner, lets the world know with a logo. Like, you're protected by CAPTCHA V3, and if you mouse over me, it'll tell you more useless shit you don't care about. So I had to do some CSS to hide the damn thing. Which,
yeah.
Every time I'm having to touch anything with CSS, I'm like, I've made bad life choices.
That's what I tell myself every day.
I'm just saying, man.
I was checking the page you put up then. It was like, I thought for a second there Mad Tower Tycoon was MacGyver Tycoon. I'm like, man, that was really interesting.
What are you talking about?
I was just checking the 28 games that got added.
Oh, yeah. It's easy to find them. They're the ones I haven't had time to link.
Yep.
Yep. Nice and highlighted.
Yeah. No, but I straight up read Mad Tower Tycoon as MacGyver Tycoon, and
I'd play that.
Oh, it's Lords of Shadow, not Lords of Darkness. My bad.
Yeah, I knew what you were talking about. It was the string of.
We need Lords of
basically-
Edge.
I'm sure that exists. It's called the Fatal RPG. You want to be an edgelord or Vampire the Masquerade? If you want to be an edgelord, just
Yes.
play vampire.
The Edge.
Okay, I'm kind of digging the Discord thing with the search built into it. That's
I mean, that removes 90% of the functionality of the bots that people actually use.
mm-hmm.
There you go. So cool. I don't know. I Google searched, or I Jiffy searched One Step Closer, and that's what I got.
Give soup. All right, we got this. And what do we have? 2 hate mails. You get it.
Botanicula, that had a Linux version, did it?
Huh?
One of the games, Botanicula, that had a Linux version.
Couple of games. Oh, Beep
Yeah.
had a Linux
Beep also
version.
had one.
I
Yeah.
know, because I know the dude who made it.
Oh, it probably didn't have a Linux version on Steam.
No, it had a Linux version on Desura.
Ooh.
And Botanicula has a Linux version on Humble.
Where's the Humble store, man? We need a Humble client.
Lutris.
No, like a good one.
Lutris. That's about as good as you're gonna get.
Oh, all right. I'll stick with Steam.
The Five Nights at Various Things. What happens with you if you search Desura?
Oh,
Yes.
that came and went with a vengeance, man. That blew up like crazy and just like poof. Fortnite.
Yeah. Well, PUBG and then Fortnite. Everyone got on the PUBG train, and then Fortnite's like, "Oh my god, we're cartoony or PUBG."
And there was the thing that actually kept Five Nights at Freddy's alive was game theory. It's like
I can't watch this guy's stuff anymore. He just fucking his entire freaking shit now has gone down to, I'm gonna make some freaking unverifiable claim and come up with a bunch of circumstantial bullshit evidence to prove it and back it up with some math. So at least the math checks out.
It's Strawman, the YouTube channel.
What channel are we talking about?
The game theorists.
Never heard of it.
All right.
I've just never heard of it. What's it about?
Game conspiracies and like, oh, well, character X said this and character Y referred to this, therefore Z must be true.
Oh, fanfic. Got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I like my fanfic based on technology. That's why I watch Adored TV. Where we get AMD fanfic.
Yeah, all of the AMD fanfic.
You know what you're talking about. You're just a shill for Intel. Roar.
I
mean-
really do hope they got the Navi leak as accurate as freaking possible, because that would be very good.
Oh, you want
Man.
that? You want that shit to be true? Day after I get that fucking 2070. Day after, it's gonna be like Jordan with the fucking 1080 Ti purchase. Yeah.
Like 2 weeks later, I'm like, I called it. I called it. I knew it was coming the second I pulled out my credit card and paid for that at the store. I'm just like,
To be fair, it performs on par with a
Oh,
2080.
you did it in
so
person too. Oh.
yeah,
Oh.
I did it in person.
At least when I buy shit and that online, I can get up and go, motherfucker. That hurts. Ooh, I don't know if I could do that in person.
I don't know. I dislike buying things online just because I don't like waiting for stuff. If I can just go get it, I'd rather just go get it.
I lived in a developed country. It takes 24 hours to get a. So.
Yeah. Well, with the functioning postal service, ours keeps going on strike or having aneurysms or some shit.
How French of them.
I mean, 50% French.
Strider, the cards are supported on Linux, but we don't have anything that uses the technology.
Just like SLI. Well, that's a lie.
Well, yeah.
Doom
there were a couple
3
of games.
works. Doom 3
Doom
works.
3. Sirius M3 also works.
Yeah, that fell out of fashion.
Everyone started to realize, wait a second, the bottleneck isn't the GPU anymore, it's on the CPU. Huh.
Well, and that's the thing new too. If like your game's using Vulkan, it can just be like, hey, is that more processors? Sure, let's use those.
Well, I mean, if you're going to be doing rendering and shit like that, you're not RTX, bro. You're fucking Volta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have the Titan V. Titan, no.
Well, even their RTX stuff, I'll kind of agree. I mean, it's like half-hearted ray tracing.
Yeah. And Foxy will be the first to tell you that it's been fucking around for thousands of years now.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I want my pixel accurate mud puddle reflections.
That's the thing. People have figured out other ways of doing fake global illumination that uses far less resources and looks just as good. So, yeah, it's kind of fucking
Quit
pointless.
hating on NVIDIA, you AMD show. Oh.
But listen, the best
Why
thing
do
to
you
come
hate
out of the
open
20
source,
series.
Pedro? Wait, who? What are you showing for? I get confused. How do you
Man, I
people
wish
keep
I
it
was an
straight?
Intel shill.
Right.
I wish I was an Intel shill. I'd be making bank.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I just go dry my tears into my giant pile of money and keep going
Right.
on, chilling for Intel.
Well, you do get looked forward to your next upgrade. Will most definitely involve a new socket. One way or the other.
Yeah.
Intel, go to Intel.
Oh yeah, no. I as far as future proofing went with this box was, can I add more RAM to it, and can I add another NVMe drive to it? And the answer is yes and yes. So I'm happy.
Even with like 1700, dude, I would be buying even like a 20 series because I fucking wanna. There's no practical reason.
Yeah, I really want a 2700X.
All right, let's get the hate mail so we do a little CSGO, a little bit of Rocket League, and bounce up here.
And Pedro can go to sleep.
No,
Yes.
he's not gonna go to sleep. He's gonna be like, oh, all right, I don't have one more beer. All right, then I'm gonna lay down. He's like, fuck, I gotta fly. All right, go to sleep. Go to sleep. I can't fall asleep. God damn it.
Then I gotta masturbate, and then I gotta go to sleep. Oh wait, now I gotta go pee. Oh no, now I'm hungry.
No,
Yeah,
man,
no,
I'm
right
sure
about
Nori's
now.
like slipped a couple of roofies in one of the beers. It's like, let's just cut this problem off before it starts.
Oh man, that would be great. Like Pedro just fucking collapses midway through doing his hate mail spiel just because that's when the Rohypnol kicks in. Thud. Let's
Dude.
see if it happens.
I don't even fuck with that. I got like 6 of those. It's not Rohypnol, but it might as well fucking be Rohypnol because I don't remember. It's like, hey, look, it's 9 o'clock. The next day in the morning, mind you.
You've been asleep for 26 hours. How
I
does it
don't
feel,
dance
bitch?
with that. Yeah, I do not dance with those things. All right. Let's record and record. Boom. All right. Last segment. Let's do it in 3, 2.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Nope.
Well,
No.
it's probably a good thing that you're not then, because it's the end, so that there wouldn't be much of a point for you being ready for anything now
I
that
feel let
we're
down.
over.
I mean, come on, Pedro. You could work on that. You knew absolutely reflexively we were both going to say no,
We even said it at the same damn time.
right?
Well, as the case may be, if you are in fact ready and you want to let us know just how disappointed you are that the show is now over, go on over to LinuxGameCast.com. You hit the contact button, fill out the form. It's pretty easy. Just make sure to pick LGC Weekly from the little choosy box. That's all you need to do. And yeah, there's not even a caption that you need to click on anymore. Go figure. So yeah, let us know what we got wrong, what we got right, which was probably very little. But hey, Admiral JT this week had a little something to say. So, or something
Give
to
me a minute.
ask.
I'm busy drawing dicks.
All right. While Ven's doing that, we got a question for our favorite religion. I bought many games before ditching Windows in favor of Linux that couldn't be played until now, thanks to the Mage of Proton. Magic, I misread that. Does buying DLCs for these games count as a heretic purchase?
Dodged a fucking spit take right there, kids.
Also, do heretic purchases roll over year to year like vacation days? I haven't made one in 10 years, and I've been using Linux. Thanks for the shows. I'm glad I can support you guys. I'm looking forward to the merch run. Keep up the good work. So, let's clarify this real quick. You get 5. You get 5, period. That's it. If you run out, then you're a filthy dual booting heathen. You can just go use a Mac for all I care. And here's the thing about buying DLC. When you go to the Steam page, or you go to like the itch page or whatever, is there a little penguin icon next to it? If not, it's a heretic purchase.
Okay, so what happens when Steam starts putting penguins next to whitelisted Proton stuff?
Well, at that point, Linux gaming has collapsed and it's just all going to be wine, so we've kind of lost anyways. There's no point.
Still fight the good fight. I mean, come on, there's so many loopholes. The biggest loophole is bundles.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 100%.
Bundles are a very good way to get all those filthy heathenistic games.
Yeah. I straight up bought a bundle. What, for the, what was it? No, the troll game, stealth troll game.
Sticks.
Oh.
Sticks. And yeah, it's the sole reason about the bundle. It had Linux games. Like, I wanted to try that. But I understand. Because a lot of it right now is, oh, I want to see if this works with Proton. Because I've done that with like the 700 games I have. It's like, does this work? Nope. Does this work? Nope. I don't know. Let's stick with it. Or you could be, you know, a filthy dual booting heathen and just be like, hey, man, I'm going to buy it anyway.
Yeah.
It might get a little...
I mean, we're not going to stop you from buying the games. It's just if we find you throwing your opinion around about Linux games.
That's all I'm saying.
No. See, you've given me a brilliant idea. It's a browser extension where if you try to buy a Windows game, you get a picture of Pedro that goes...
And after you've broken your monitor and replaced it, you can
then you can't play the game anyways because you just punched a hole through your monitor.
I'm just saying, man, if you're going to be buying Windows games, just don't go online and say no tucks, no bucks.
Okay? Don't be that guy.
Don't. All right, coming up next.
Veritan Nuda, the naked truth himself. So, yeah, we've talked about Fig several times, and he says, hey guys, I know you're not a big fan of crowdfunded games, but sometimes they're worth it. I hear is one I think might be worth some attention. It is called Heroes of Death Trap Dungeon, and if you have ever played the old fighting fantasy game books back in the day, you know precisely the sort of world it inhabits. It is on Fig, which is what Obsidian used to help fund Pillars of Eternity 2. God knows what is going to happen to them now that they've been bought by Microsoft, but I fear nothing good. Anyway, consider looking at it if you feel it is worth a mention. It is 2/3 of the way there, and it has 14 days left to run. Yeah, so there's
does it have a Linux demo?
Yeah, because that's our biggest point of contention with crowdfunded games. It's like, does it have a Linux demo?
Well, other point of contention. Look at that supported platforms list. You got Steam, Mac, and Windows. I don't see a penguin there.
Yeah. So we need something to come out of Fig for Linux that isn't, that Fortnite ripoff.
Or Pillars of Eternity 2, which was available on Linux.
Yeah, no, Pillars of Eternity 2 is good. Good on Obsidian. I, too, am apprehensive to know what the hell they're going to do, not that they're owned by Microsoft. But...
Here's the thing. I mean, with me, there are people who are Linux curious. I mean, they have a Linux box, and to them, they're like, hey, I can back it because I'm going to get my Windows copy. To us, it is 100%... If this shit doesn't run under wine, I'm not going to go out and drop 120 wet stinky caches on a fucking license to play a video game. Also, it's Fig. I don't think any of us have been a huge fan of Fig. We're all willing to give him a chance.
Yes.
I think right up to the point, Crazy Justice rolled out.
Oh, yes.
It's like that steaming pile of Nopens. Like, really? You let them release that in that state? And they've went radio silent for months now. I don't know, man.
I don't know. The other thing too about Fig is that, like, based on the breakdown that they did for Pillars of Eternity, if you're hoping to get any money back from Fig, you're smoking crack.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen.
No. Come on.
So it basically boils to this is another Kickstarter / Indiegogo thing targeted specifically at games. So. It is.
Yeah. What was the cutout? 100,000 if you are going to see any money back from it. Or no, it
Yeah.
was 100,000 for that specific game for the people who donated at an investor level to break even, basically. So yeah, no.
Just remember that. We now play our first battle royale game in Linux. Counter-Strike.
Yes.
Let that sink in, because
Valve.
you know what? On that bombshell, we gotta cue the music and get the fuck up out of here, people. If you want to get a hold of me, at Vin Stone on Twitter. I'm at Old Man Vin, I think, on Mastodon, which works. It's a thing, man. It's the new hotness.
I'm Jordan Swung. You can find me whispering in people's ears and mistaking words for other words at the Burning Fool on Twitter. Plus Jordan Swung on Google Plus until April, until there's another data leak, and at Frojo at mass.linuxgamecast.com.
And you won't be able to find me online for the coming weeks very much, but hey, you can always drop me a line on Twitter at not at LinuxGameCast. That's fine. Unaccounted for. That's FOUR. That's probably the place I'm most likely to see your thing. Or if you show up on Google Plus, that's plus tomatoes, but it's dying, so just let it die. That's
Remember,
what I'm doing.
what we learned just immediately before we get out of here and roll the credits is Pedro, in fact, wants to see your thing. So I believe it is your duty to oblige.
Send him photos of your thing.
I'm still waiting for photos of Strider's thing. He owes us some pictures of things.
You expect
What
a
sort of
French
things,
man
Pedro?
to keep a promise?
You gotta be more specific there. Don't leave him any weasel room. Tell him what he owes us.
Oh, he knows. He knows.
What about the rest of the audience, Pedro? Secrets aren't good. They're
It's
not
not
healthy.
a secret. It's been all over Discord.
I haven't seen it all over Discord. I don't even know what it is anymore, Pedro.
To be fair, neither do I. I just know that he owes us something.
He probably owes us one covering for your ass because apparently internet doesn't work in Portugal.
Oh, it works. It's just that my time is going to be non-existent.
He's going to be real busy.
I mean, because Portugal is a black hole, right? So like time will cease to exist the
I'm
closer Pedro
going
gets
to be
to the event horizon.
busy tiptoeing around the fact that my parents aren't technically, married anymore, and having to appease both sides of the family, and basically having to do that for Nori's parents too. So
Oh shit! Real talk, man. Family drama. That's what Linux Gamecast needs.
I don't know.
Hey
just
man,
heard-
you brought it up.
What it really sounded like to me is that Pedro needs a distraction.
I just want to know what
wish I could
Strider's
have
thing
one.
is. That's the only thing I've been harping on.
Dinafire, beautiful people. I apologize.
You wanted to
Bye-bye.
know.
Hail Santa.
Hail Santa. Do you really want a stream of me having to
Yes.
force myself to be
Yes.
politically correct?
Yep.
No.
All right, time to do the Wednesday show.
Yeah.
Pre-record all this shit.
God damn it, there you go.
Let me get my Jill mask. It's like Face Off. Less Nicolas Cage and more John Travolta.
Oh yeah,
We-
speaking of Strider, you need to confirm the 29th, because if you can't do the 29th, you need to let me know.
29th of what? For what?
29th for Linux Gamecast?
Is okay. I don't. Pedro's just been scheduling people. This has been interesting.
I've been telling you about the confirmed people. And Strider, I'm still waiting for his reply on whether or not he can do Linux Gamecast Weekly on the
Let's see,
29th.
the last message I have from Pedro says, Nori says, thank you very much.
Yes.
This is my confirmation. I'm supposed to derive much from this. This is cryptic. I like how he works.
No. Clearly, what he's telling you is you have to go through Nori for all this. So you should just cut Pedro out.
That's
Cut Pedro out of it. Just deal directly with her.
Let's see. The other one was around here somewhere. No, it was on the other chat. Yeah, it's on the chat with you and Jordan, saying that Strider will be on LWDW on the 19th.
Talking about the 28th, genius.
29th, that's for Linux Gamecast Weekly.
Is it 28th again?
Are we just saying numbers now?
At this point, I'm just fucking with them because why not?
Okay, appreciate that, Strider. Let me know. And Jordan, are you able to do LWDW on the 26th?
Next Wednesday? I'll have to get back. I'll have to.
Not the next one, the one after.
The Wednesday after this coming one. Yeah. I don't know just yet. Check back. I want to say like Thursday-ish.
Okay.
I'm scheduling interviews and stuff, so I gotta.
Cool.
My availability is not guaranteed. But yeah.
That's fine.
It's gonna be the Ven and Jill Super Show.
All right, then I will bid you all adieu, and I will be back in about 2 weeks' time. Bye.
Bye, Felicia.
He's gonna be so angry when he lands in Portugal.
Portuguese salt.
I'm telling you, man. Okay, so get about 15 seconds on the stream delay. Not too bad.
Mortal Kombat.
Well, I perused the. What was it? Free. It wasn't free music archives. It was free whatever, open source game audio.
Okay.
Yeah, I found a couple of things. I mean, nothing. You're listening to the
best of.
Yeah, basically, right. The completely non-offensive. Well, not wholly offensive.
But the blasphemer offensive.
Yeah, tolerable, I guess. There's some really, I guess, show your work, which is always a good thing. But there's some stuff on there I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I would put that out just yet. We're going to be playing CSGO.
CSGO?
Sure. Do I want to risk doing that right now? Well, I guess I might as well.
Do it.
Do it. Bring me the gun, I'll fucking do it for you.
That's what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps.
We can... Let's just replace... Oh, I don't have HStop installed on this box. Fuck me.
What? The gasp.
Stand.
What is Pedro's pseudo password? Let's find out.
There we go. The world's
Yeah, all cores at 100%. What the fuck am I doing of HTOP before the actual stats come in?
What?
No, like HTOP does this thing where like the second you crack it open, like, everything's at 100% and HTOP's just like, what the fuck am I doing? Oh, right, yeah.
Right. Yep. 100%. Like, get it. That's a true story, man. Why does it do that? There's got to be a reason, logic behind it.
Like I said, it's probably just buying some time to actually pull everything.
So, can you run HTOP and HTOP?
What, like, can you have a htop execute htop? I think you can.
Yeah. Well, let's run 2 HTOPs. Let's launch HTOP. They're not.
Htopception.
Surprisingly not included in Ubuntu canonical. It was just like 1910 too. Pages on the experimental box.
Unstable.
Is it?
I have no idea. I'm just saying words, man.
I have like 13 snapd things running because reasons.
Because Ubuntu.
Right.
That's how we're packaging our apps now. Oh God, what are you doing? Stop.
Okay, yeah. This is what irritates me about it right there. You see that DF?
Yeah.
Yeah. All this. Snap.
Yeah, you straight up have to like df pipe to grep -v snap and just alias that. Otherwise, yeah, it's not giving you information that's useful. Like, listen, I'm all for containerization. This is apparently my job now, is containerizing apps. But like, fuck, man, don't do it for just regular desktop shit.
I'm just saying, man. Well, don't make it show up when I want to check my mothering drive space, you know?
Yeah, the sort of granular information is great when you're on a server and you need to diagnose specific things, but, you know... Oh, snap.
Let's bring up the hooligans.
The hooligans?
The hooligans. Gonna bounce over there. Oop. Look at that. Look at that magic.
It had a similar issue.
Yeah. I'm glad are you using the new headset that I gave you?
Nope.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's much better, like I said before. It's less noisy. It's no problem.
Well, I don't want to interrupt their conversation, Jordan.
Yeah, I'm seeing where this goes, because, like, having dealt with Mir's headset advice before, I'm curious to see how this catches fire.
Then.
Okay.
Patrick.
I hate my 10.6 fan. Then.
I should have the headset fine, or at least the settings are set fine for Thursday's stream.
You say that. We'll find out.
Jitsi might do something fucky with the audio, because who knows?
Like I said, don't make declarative statements right now. We'll find out on Thursday.
I'm shitsy for Jitsi.
Personal problem, man.
Yeah. I mean, you might want to go see like a doctor about that. I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, we're doing. We're
What?
starting now.
Starting what?
We're gonna play some CS Giggity.
Really?
Stop me up.
I don't know.
Stop
come
me
on.
up. I'll never stop.
Really? You lot believed us? No.
Dude, we're playing more auction free.
Yeah.
Van, I believed you when you told me that you loved me.
You really need to cut back on the booze, man. Because I do love you.
Yay!
I'm incapable of giving or receiving love, so.
Oh, I got a case.
I love receiving your liquid love, Jordan. I almost called you Pedro. Jesus.
Told you, man. Lay down on the booze just a bit. I'm not saying go dry, but you just confused.
I think Led Zeppelin wrote a song about this. The way you call me another man's name when I try to make love to you.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Ramble on.
With Jordan, things never go dry.
Nope.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
I'm working on. Come on, where are you at? Window capture. Boop.
Oh God.
Here we go. Trying to get this server browser to actually work. Yay.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
Sometimes you have to more than right click many times.
I guess I gotta restart Steam because y'all aren't showing up online.
You don't need to.
Well,
You
I
just
don't.
got to go to the
Because
server.
the Steam overlay doesn't do anything.
Understood, but like I go to the Counter-Strike Global Offensive thing. And, oh, there it goes. Yeah.
Does
There it
anybody
is.
know where I can get a Ryzen 1700 for a really good price?
eBay.
Yep.
Man, if you're lucky, you can get some like Threadripper engineering samples that will work.
I'm just looking to go from a 16 to a 1700.
Is there that much of a difference between the two?
Yeah, I mean like
I don't know. I'm just not. I don't want to spend the money on a second gen right now.
so don't spend money on a CPU. Period.
Yeah, wait till 3rd gen.
Listen, when I buy a CPU, I don't expect to replace it for like Jesus Christ. Counter-Strike does not want to launch today, or it launches and then it crashes.
No joy.
Fascinating.
There we go.
Dash, no joy.
Yeah, yeah.
No dash, no
yeah.
joy.
Joy and
Yeah.
medium.
Yeah, I wasn't
texture.
having that problem last week. So yeah, so
Welcome to
How
that
do I know if I'm
problem.
in the right fucking place?
And
Yeah,
no joy.
back when I was playing CSGO a little more regularly, I didn't have to do that. At some point, it started being necessary.
So who's on the server right now?
Nobody.
I'm coming in
LGC
right
cares.
Oh, we got
was
2
in
people
there and I
on
left.
there.
Yeah, me and I think Pennywise.
Oh,
Alright, there we go.
okay.
But-
Let's see if I can get in there and try to lengthen the warm-up period, because...
Yeah, because we've got 20 seconds to go. So hurry up.
I'm still loading.
All right, I'll jump out. Go back
Yeah.
to the main menu and
Well, you can
Community
still
server browser.
hang in there. Yeah.
It's the same one as last time, right?
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Yeah.
It's just when you first initialize it, it takes forever, and then after
Yeah,
that, it's fast.
to get a
Yeah.
cursor. Yeah, I remember this. There we go.
Yep.
The password is, I assume. Yep.
Yes.
So is this team?
Yeah.
Is this
I think I
teams or
got
free
it
for all?
Wrong.
I think we're doing free for
Free
all.
for all.
Free for all. Free.
Oh.
That's
For all.
free for all.
Free for all.
Free for all.
Yeah, it's just me and
Free
Pennywise
for
right now.
for.
Mhm.
Well, that's
Free
great.
da da
Everyone
for
get a
for.
game started before I get in. That'll make it where something will happen.
I can reset it. Need to get in.
He has mod powers.
Oh,
Apparently, no one's in the
there's
server.
only one. Yeah.
Yeah, it had.
LG. This was this is the same IP from last week, right? Not the.
Yeah. I'm on here
Alright.
now too, so.
I'll be in
Yeah,
a minute. I gotta get
yeah.
up. Stretch my
I
leg.
just see one enemy,
Yeah.
0 out of
Okay,
0.
Okay.
can't
Archon
load.
password. Archon.
Not that it
change
matters at this point, Jordan. Your
level,
bandwidth's
see
been
underscore
spotty for like
black
the last
site.
45 minutes.
Hey,
there
thank
we go.
you, Mr. Alert.
What?
Thank you,
Never
Alan.
This one?
Wait,
All the joy.
Well, one thing to look forward to,
Sorry.
Ben. In about 4 months, I'm gonna have a brand new set of internet problems.
Oh, man.
damn.
Just when
Oh,
things
yeah.
it's reliably
Oh,
stable-ish.
nearly fell down the
I
hole.
look forward to it.
Ooh, barrel.
Oh,
That's what
Time
she
to
said.
go flying.
no,
There we go.
forward to it.
Oh, warm up. All right, here we go.
Oh, you guys have fun. Oh, man, you're only going to be able to get 5G. That'll be it.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
What was that?
Archon. NT underscore.
I did. Who did I just hear?
Warm up.
Ah, over there.
Oh shit!
There we go.
Damn.
Boom.
I was like, who's shooting at me? Oh, he's
That
behind
should be
me.
long.
Holy shit, that's a long warm up.
Yeah, it is. Why is it?
Thank you,
Damn it.
Alan.
I
Wow, we had a
I have
2-minute
lost all my
warm-up.
ability to play Counter Strike.
You know why? Because
What?
he's waiting.
Did it crash on you?
We're waiting for Ven, so we have Alan
Yeah.
put a long warm
Yeah.
up in.
Did CSI crash on you, Jordan?
No, I just suck at Counter Strike now. I used to be better,
okay.
but now I'm not.
I really
Oh.
suck at this game.
Well, I'm hiding in the tube.
The tube.
Yes, I'm pretending to be a Ninja Turtle.
Also, their shells bleed.
Dyslexia.
Turtle power.
Flying barrel. Whee!
I see it. Whee!
Oh, that one's a spinny one.
So Smitty.
Who's shooting over there?